Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FallMania, your premier esports tournament for Fall Guys. We have a $5,000 winner takes all prize on the line tonight. I'm going to introduce you to all the racers here tonight, but first, I got to give it up for my co host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Snowbike Mike right here. He's going to be joining me. Ooh, fancy transition.
Woo! GrandPooBear's, thanks for having me here at the broadcast booth with you and 16 competitors. It's going to be a ton of fun. A lot of Fall Guys coming your way tonight, Pooh.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited for it. This is going to be, a lot of people call Fall Guys a party game. You know what I mean? And for most people, it is. But tonight, it is definitely full on out esports. We're gonna be getting sweaty. We're gonna be seeing some crazy strats. I'm sure we might see some things we've never seen before. Honestly, some of these guys might have been hiding some stuff for this tournament. It's going to get very, very intense. What is your first thought when you hear Fall Guys tournament? You know,
Fall Guys tournament, I think competitive party. That's what I'm thinking, right?
Competitive
We're all gathered around the television. It's the early 90s. You know,
Yes.
We're having fun. We're throwing the controller across the room. It's going to be
Yes.
nothing but smiles. Going to be a little bit of temper tantrums thrown, but you know what? Everybody's going to come together at the end and still be friends. I'm
Dude, that's
excited for that, Pooh.
That's the best way to describe it. This is a competitive party we're having here tonight, and that's what this broadcast is all about. Yes, let's check out these racers right now. Let's get to these rosters here. So this is a singles format, just so you guys know. All these players are going to be playing against each other in a group stage right here. So we're going to start off with group Jump Showdown. We got Bach Basoup, world famous speedrunner right there. We got Rudism, who's so good at this game. He's beating it with the Guitar Hero controller. We got Deoxys in there as well. Over 200 wins from him. And then, oh, hey, it's David, who's very famous in my stream personally because he swipes my wins all the time when we play in groups all the time. So I'm pretty excited to see how this one goes down. You want to introduce Fall Mountain for us here, Snowball?
I will. Over on Team Fall Mountain, this group of four has Deezus, Big John, Velhart, and Box. When I look at this squad, I look at a whole lot of different mindsets. As I look at the big man, the Deezus, he wants to get sweaty, Pooh. Then I look down at Big John, he says, you know what? I'm just going to chill. I'm going to let RNG take the wheel. So really excited to see this Fall Mountain squad.
Yeah, absolutely. And there, I mean, some legendary gamers right there too. We got Hexagon, Group Hexagon. We got Meg Turney in there. We got Wavy. That's Twitch's Kelly Clarkson himself. The J-Wits as well. And then Distortion 2. And I want to talk, just take 1 second to talk about Distortion 2. Distortion 2 has the fastest whirligig I have seen. And of anyone out there. So I'm very, very excited to see what he's going to bring to the table here tonight. A world famous speedrunner on his own.
I love it. Well, let's round out our group rosters right now with group Royal Fumble. You have Angry Pug, Dragon Feeny, Andy, and Big Cheese Kits. Now, of course, GrandPooBear, I'm rocking my Pug t-shirt right now for my two Pug brethren, of course, Andy and Angry Pug. Love the Pugs. I'm part of the Pug family. So I got a little bit of love for those two, Pooh. We'll see.
Absolutely. All these groups are like super tight, and it's going to be, I was going to say, can you give me a favor in any of these groups? But it's kind of impossible. We were talking about this earlier with just the randomness of this game and how it works. But let's go ahead and get into these format and rules and let you guys know how this tournament is going to work here. Yes, we have, again, there's 16 players in 4 groups. This is the group stage right here is what we're calling it. There is each group is going to play 3 rounds against each other. They're going to be grouped up in a group of 4. They're going to be playing 3 rounds against each other, 3 shows. The objective is to earn the most kudos. Crowns, of course, give double kudos at the end of the show, so those are going to be very, very, very important. The top 2 players, based on kudos, are going to advance. One last rule: there is no team game griefing allowed. So if you get a team game, let's say one player is up in the standings and he wants to intentionally lose the team game, they are not allowed to grief the team at all. They have to physically just stand there and do nothing. It does put the team at a disadvantage, but not one that they can't overcome themselves. So, and we'll see which player. Here's the other thing, though, about that. If anyone does that, we are going to ridicule them beyond belief. Like and so is chat. Like, make sure if someone does the standstill, it might be smart strategy, but coward's way out. We're going to ridicule them.
They'll be on the list, GrandPooBear's.
They're putting them on the list.
List.
Exactly. We're putting them on the list. I mean, with that being said, I think we're about ready to go. and get it started here with round 1. This is Group Jump Showdown. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, don't forget, Bakba Soup, Rudism, Deoxys Sucks, and Oh Hey It's David going to be our first round right now as you see them all across. And Boo, let's just talk about it. Of course, the elephant in the room. Look at all these cute outfits. Your jelly bean is dressed to the competition, ready to go. What do you see when we look at these 4?
Okay, well, actually, it's kind of interesting because as you look down in the left-hand corner with Deoxys Sucks, he went with the plain white jelly bean.
Whoa.
And I kind of like that play because I think you want to blend in this situation. Because we're in a realistic situation. We're also playing with public games. We are playing public games as well. So in theory, there's people out in chat that could be getting in here. And there's no rules against chat messing with our racers tonight. There's literally no rules. So if I'm the candy stripe man or the purple ninja, I might be a little bit more worried than the plain white bean or the I mean Bakba Soup's going with it looks like the half cock half soda can on the bottom. So
that's
I don't even know
look right there.
Yeah, I mean I think that those all kind of blend in a little bit, you know, like I think Bakba Soup and Deoxys kind of want to blend in, whereas Oh Hey It's David and Rudism are definitely standing out in the crowd, you know. Like for me personally, if it's a game of rollout and I see that candy stripe, I'm taking that guy out.
Well, he's going to be blended in right now because we're going straight to DoorDash. A lot of pink and white on your screen right now. It's going to be a ton of fun and a great way to kick off our FallMania tournament. Who doesn't love some DoorDash right here?
This is kind of the best way to kick off this game, too, because DoorDash is like the quintessential random game. And again, kudos count. So if you finish first, you're going to get more kudos than if you finish in the top 20 or if you finish in the top 50% or if you just qualify at all. So where the RNG is going to lie here is going to be extremely important to these final standings. And I think you can just see on the faces of some of these players that they recognize how awesome this is. And let's get going right now.
They're moving right now. 2 of them started in the back line, 2 in the front. As you take a look over at your top right, Rudinism is going to be in the mix, in the swarm, as I like to call it. But Bakba Soup is now made it through, and he's kind of leading our squad right now up in the front.
Yeah, Bakba Soup is definitely has the most advantage. He's not really jumping into any doors right away. And you see him get grabbed right there. I believe actually Rudism did the grabbing right behind him. It's a smart play, you know what I mean? Every standing count, every moment counts. They're going to know what last door it is. No, they don't. Bakba Soup does not know what door it is at the end. I believe Rudism is going to go ahead and get that gold medal too. That is going to put him in a great spot right here. Game 1, he is going to jump out to an early lead. Again, ladies and gentlemen, kudos are only shown at the last screen, so we're going to update scores as the game goes on. But we do know that Rudism right now, with that gold medal, is going to be leading.
I was zoned.
Looking really good. He did a great job right there. And you were touching on it, right? They're not going to be the ones to make the jump through the door. They're going to play patient. They're going to let somebody else in this lobby break through to the other side, and then they'll follow just to stay up in the front. And Rudism and Bakba Soup did a terrific job on this.
I'm going to pop in with you guys every now and then.
Listen to Rudism right there. He's checking in with Trap. A second round slime climb. Could we ask for 2 better games right at the start? Are the devs watching the tournament setting this up for us? Like, what is going on?
This is FallMania at its prime right now, folks. We've only just begun. This is the first game here, folks.
Thick, sweaty slime climb. Rudism starts out in front, too. Got the gold medal starting out in front. Oh, but you see it going for the triangle. Gonna abandon that real quick and go around. I think that's a smart play. I mean, I think in this situation, you're just trying to qualify. Meanwhile, Bakba Soup is ahead of everybody.
Now, Bakba Soup is a chef in real life, so I'm looking at him to cook up all tournament long. And I think this is where he starts it off. He's preheated the oven. He's ready to put it in and get this win. Up to the Twinkies now, and no jumping, a little easy jump across, and man, Bakba Soup makes that look easy across.
Let's see if he goes for this hammer jump right here. Meanwhile, Oh Hey It's David is like he's trying to get that first place, so they're going to be fighting for this hammer jump. And this is actually going to be interesting to see how these players like react to that. Are they going to stick to one strat? Or are they going to go, oh my gosh, these 2 players are going to be fighting it out for this first place medal right here.
Oh, they're all over each other. Here comes the
anything
inflatables.
Can happen. Anything can happen through these balls.
Take those.
Oh Hey It's David is going to get it.
Perfect.
Oh Hey It's David's going to get it. Bakba Soup's going to come in real quickly on the second spot. Deoxys right there on the third one.
No problem. And guess who's going to be in about 6th place here is Rudism. So all 4 of our competitors right there top 6, top 10, looking really good, but some great runs from all of them there.
Yeah, all of them there, especially with Rudism had that horrible start despite starting in the front row. He just got ragdolled all over that triangle. As you see all these other players finishing, trying that hammer jump. That hammer jump is very easy to pull off when you're all alone. But man, when you're in a group, dude.
Oh, I mean, all those
there's a lot of
shortcuts,
people going at it. Like it's rough.
all those shortcuts could go any which direction on you. It could be good, could be bad, but that's the payoff of taking the shortcuts. And now a big one we want to talk about with the rule setting of how much kudos you earn. We just had Slime Climb round 2. This is going to dwindle down very small right here. We might only have 1 or 2 games left here instead of a 5 to 6 game episode. We'll call that right there, Pooh.
Yeah, we're definitely heading towards a group final right now, which is, I mean, let's be honest, that's what we all want to see. We want to see the group finals. We want these guys going head to head on the Hexagon. That's what we're all looking for. And meanwhile, as you say that, 12 players qualify.
Well, that's what Slime Climb does.
We could be looking at a fall ball right now.
Oh, a 6-on-6 fall ball is 100% about to happen here, Pooh.
Yeah, but I mean, we could see a 3-round show right here, right to start.
No, this
right off
what
the
are we
bat
gonna
going
get?
to the finals.
3 other people.
Oh, a
The
tiptoe.
tournament isn't, like,
Okay, we talked
isn't
about this
just a ton
before
of
the
people
stream,
at the
but
same
we got to
time.
mention there's
This
3
one,
big games we're
we're
really
as
going to
good
look
as
out
that,
for,
like,
and tiptoe is one of them. You see
Tiptoe's
tiptoe a
bad.
lot.
This is a terrible one for.
As you hear
tournament
Bakba
setting.
Soup say, tiptoe is bad. Tiptoe is
We'll see what
dangerous.
happens.
Anything
We're
can
all still
happen on
here.
tiptoe. You can just get pushed off at the end and not qualify. And not qualifying in this particular format, especially in this group stage with only 3 games, is a huge
Oh
thing.
God, I got spawned.
As we take a look, Rudinism over on the top right. He had some distance there. Now,
This is
It's
such a bad
David
one.
will take that role. And now we're going to have some fun times, Pooh. Throughout the evening, we're going to see people get aggressive. They're going to be the trailblazers. People are going to be riding in the crowd here, hoping not to get bumped off. And here we are, 7 spots left. All 4 players alive and in this one. I think they don't want to be the trailblazer here, Pooh. They're not halfway through this now.
Yeah, I don't think, I mean, they're not worried about gold medals right now. You know, it's not coming down to gold medals. They're worried about making this finals, getting these crowns in. They're
Rudism just
easy.
took a
As
spill.
Rudism goes down right there, he's going to have to hope that nobody figures out which tile it is.
Looks like everybody's going to take it
Give
slow.
him a
So
chance to
he
get
is
back there.
back
He
in the
does
mix.
make it
no
back.
problem.
Wow.
Oh, look at this move. Oh, hey, it's David.
Oh, hey, it's David
Gonna
with
go
the big move.
absolutely insane. He'll get first.
And
And let's see
Rudism
if-
does not qualify.
Oh, wow.
Rudism does not qualify. It started off so large. You see the shock on his face right now. That is going to be huge. I believe our other 3 players are in, though. Wow. What a turn of events right there.
That's a tough one for Rudism, especially in round number 1 here to take that hit, to miss out on the kudos and the chance at the crowns. That crown bonus to get those kudos is going to be really big here, especially in game number 1.
And we
wanna
got
set
it.
the
We got Hexagon. This is what we were looking for. This is what we wanted. Oh, hey,
You couldn't
David's got a gold medal. He's got 2 gold medals right now. So if he wins this crown, that is going to be huge for him. Bakba Soup and Deoxys Sucks, though, are definitely going to try and prevent that from happening. Let's see how these players end up playing Hexagon.
Oh, hey, it's David has already gone down to the blue level, so missed out on 1 above on that gold. Both
You see Bakba Soup
and
also heading
Deoxys
to...
is stuck, still holding. Not bad.
Oh, and Deoxys is getting chased right here. Bakba Soup and Deoxys are going to meet right there in the middle, and they're going to try and ragdoll each other. Deoxys is going to go to the jumps real quick. As we see, Bakba Soup is down to the gold. Oh, hey, it's David down to the gold as well. Deoxys Sucks, though, right now is just being you know, like swarmed by 3 other players, but he now has a group
He's got a little
Hexagons
time.
all to himself right here. 4 more before he's got to drop down to his gold, which is quickly being taken away.
Are you kidding?
Oh, hey,
Oh,
it's
hey,
David.
David having a trouble time right now. Having a bad
hear
one.
him.
right there.
Meanwhile,
Really
Deoxys
game.
Sucks makes a 3 Hexagon dive. That is a huge move. Sticking with gold. He has a lot
He's
more
locked in.
gold right now. You see both players at least 2 rows below him. This is his game to lose at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hey, it's David missing another dive. That is going to cost him.
I don't know where the other guy is.
Now, can Deoxys get to the blue? Looks like he's going to make a perfect dismount. He's going to stay a whole level above this with a lot of real estate to work on right now. Pooh.
Has a lot of blue right now. All these other players are going to have to start to jump. You almost look at a situation where Bakba Soup and Oh, hey, it's David almost kind of have to work together. You know,
Yeah,
they got to
exactly.
get, because they have to outlast this blue right here. And there is a lot of blue hexagons. This right now, I mean, it would take a major mistake. And as I say that, you see
as
another
you say that,
player
Lil Cruz
right
in
over
front of
there.
him.
Right over there, who desyncs looks like a little bit. Another player over there that is taking his hexagons away.
It's
Both
going to
players
come down
going
to
to
the
drop.
transition. He made it.
Meanwhile, Bakbasup, Oh Hey It's David are down to the blue. Deoxys
Oh Hey
Sucks
It's
is going to be
David
joining
gone.
them right now. All players on the blue. Oh Hey It's David is out now. Bakbasup, Deoxys Sucks still in it. Bakbasup just made a wonderful play, and he looks like he has a lot of hexagons all to himself as well right now. He's going to head to the jumps, and they're both players.
It's just
we are
these
down
two. Maybe
I think we have one more player in there, but they are going after each other right now.
Here comes the
Meanwhile,
cactus
that
right
NPC, that cactus in the background, is going to go mess with
collide
Bakbasup.
with him.
Oh, Deoxys Sucks just made a
has
beautiful
6 tiles left,
play.
and Deoxys is looking perfect here. Pooh.
Yeah, Deoxys. If you look right there, Deoxys actually cut off Bakbasup. Bakba's going to have to make a big jump right here. He misses it.
Make it.
Come on, yo! Come on,
Yo, you hear the hype right there. You hear the hype from Deoxys Sucks. Didn't get a gold medal, but it didn't matter because he got the crown and the kudos when it counted. Let's see where these scoreboards add up for these players. When it comes out, we're getting those scores right now. What a game. You see 1105 right there for Deoxys Sucks. 265 for Bakbasup. We got 285 for Rudism and 440 for Oh Hey It's David. And you can see right there, ladies and gentlemen, how important those gold medals are. How important finishing high is right there in the kudos department.
That bonus puts you hundreds above your opponents right there. Luckily for Bakbasup and Rudism, they got a couple more matches here. They still could be in this, but Oh Hey It's David, that was a big miss there not to be able to get that crown. Deoxys going to be sitting pretty. And, you know, let's take a moment really quick and talk about Deoxys because he's bringing in, Pooh, a championship caliber pedigree right now. Placed 4th at EVO 2019 for Mortal Kombat 11, 4th at Final Combat 2020 for Mortal Kombat 11 as well. This guy likes to compete, and this guy is looking to win right now.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's ignore these model good looks that we're looking at right here. This man plays on the control. Another thing we should talk about him, he is normally a PS4 player, came over to play with the PC boys. A lot of people look down on the PS4 player base here in the Fall Guys community, but Deoxys Sucks is coming in to show that they can compete with any PC player out there using controller. His playstyle almost always play to win. I think that's a pretty good logical play style, you know what I mean?
That is the right play style.
Yeah,
that's the right play style.
I mean, absolutely. He likes the full Peabody, but you see he didn't go with the full Peabody tonight because the full Peabody, that's a 10 crown outfit. He does not want to get targeted there. That was a wonderful, wonderful game. He played that, he didn't play an aggressive hexagon there. He played a very slow and methodical hexagon, and it paid off.
No, he did really well, Pooh. We've talked about this before, right? Finding your own real estate, going from that high gear of isolating yourself to then kicking it back to the first gear and just jumping. And you saw that, right? He didn't tangle up with anyone. He didn't have to worry about it. He had this all to himself, and he did a terrific job. But it did get close there at the end, though. We almost had Bakbasup steal that away. Yeah,
and you saw Bakbasup was actually trying to go and meet him on his group of hexagons, but Deoxys did a wonderful job of cutting off that middle hexagon next to them. And he had to make a dive play back, so it was not an easy play. Sometimes you get the dive and you just kind of lose your jump after the dive on the hexagon. And so he made a few different 3 hexagon jumps, which are extremely difficult. It was just an incredible showing right there by Deoxys, coming in clutch right when he needed to, especially because he was going to look to be behind Rudism and Oh Hey It's David when it came to medals.
Exactly. And the best part about this is we're playing in public games, right, Pooh? So people are going to get tangled up with you, as we saw with Oh Hey It's David. He got tangled up. Bakbasup had to make a big play in front of that prickly cactus right there. Thankfully, he's able to make out of it. But Deoxys, nobody around him at all. Had a great game. Yeah, you're looking at this. You know, Rudism, too, for not qualifying, still in a good spot, getting that early gold medal. That really worked out good for him. So, you know, it's still, again, it's this way this format works. It's anybody's game. So let's get into game 2. Like, let's do this,
let's
baby.
jump into game number 2. Remember, we're playing 3 games here, Pooh, in round number 1.
I assumed they were already, they're already loading.
Their way.
Already loading. Right Nobody made a costume change. Kind of interesting. I thought we might see a costume change. Nobody made a costume change, though, sticking with what they know.
It'll be very exciting to see all the other costumes. We have 16 contestants, all very unique, creative, incredible individuals. And this is going to be fun what they bring. For me personally, like you brought up, Pooh, how can I get lost in the mix? How can I hide as we head into gate crash? And I'm thinking I might put on the wolf outfit. I might run around as a pigeon, you know, like that's how you get lost in the mix.
I'm a pigeon targeter, man, so I could not go to the bird clan, you know what I mean? I gotta stay, I stay away from the pigeons, you know. I might put on a dinosaur every once in a while, but I'm staying away from the bird clan for sure.
Well, let's jump in right now to Gate Crashers. We have Bakwa Soup at 265, Rudism at 285, Oh Hey It's David at 440, and of course, our leader right now, Deoxys Sucks, who you will be able to hear his audio at 1,105 points, looking very good heading into game number 2.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Gate Crash right here. None of our players start in the front, and that's gonna kind of make for a nice, even race. Oh Hey It's David is a pro Gate Crasher. You see him right there. He's using that little bunny hop strat, as they kind of call it in first-person shooters. It's not exactly a bunny hop, but you can actually physically gain speed if you jump off the downslopes, as Oh Hey It's David does. Gets a gold medal right there, and again, these gold medals are huge. Each race matters a tremendous amount.
Definitely, and that's one of those subtle moves that we're going to see from these high-level esports players that, you know, a lot of casual audience can learn from, right? You see that downward slope, you see him take that little jump, it's going to push you a little bit faster. He gets an easy round 1 victory with nobody near him for first place. Let's take a look at where they go
all these
next.
Players qualifying. Man, I want to roll out. I mean, if they could just go ahead and hook us up with a rollout, that would be everything to me.
Let's talk about rollout right now. So you have 3 people who are down a lot. Do you all turn and look at Deoxys and say, hey, we got to go after this guy?
I mean, if I get a rollout or a tiptoe or the single tail, the single tail tag, you know, the single player tail tag, any of those, I'm targeting Deoxys 100% right now. And even here in match game, and this is a situation where a lot of interesting things can happen. I don't think any of these players aren't going to know which fruit where to go, but there's so much rustling and tussling that's going to go on during that time, and you could see a situation where maybe you know, Oh Hey It's David and Rudism say, you know what, if we both push him off, he's definitely going down, you know?
It's going to get a little bumpy here.
Yeah, if I'm in, so you want to keep an eye on Deoxys Sucks right now, because if any of these other players get close to him, I have to think they're going to start grabbing.
Now, this is one of my favorites here, Pooh, because when you're playing casually, right, you can either try really hard and practice the memorization game, or you can kind of turn your brain off, follow the crowd, and just hope that you make it. $5,000 on the line. You and I'm writing down every fruit I've ever seen in the book here, just because I don't want to miss this.
Yeah, I'm making up acronyms for them, you know. OGGO, you know, like the whole time. Like I definitely knowing. I think losing it on this particular game would probably be the most disappointing thing that could happen to you tonight. You know,
this would be heartbreaking here. If you're in game number 2, especially of 3, and you go out on match game, well, you got a problem here.
Yeah, absolutely. If you lose it on this particular game, it's that's one that's gonna haunt you for a little bit.
Well, this is our final round right now of the memory game. Looking for the apple. Looks like Rudism knows where he wants to go. Everybody else is grouped up right now.
A lot of people right there.
Couple bodies fell off, but thankfully not our 4 right there. Wow. And you can take a look at Bakwa Soup. Bakwa Soup's feeling the energy right now. This is his game to win. He's got it from last one. He needs to make a big one here for himself.
Yeah, he's liking that gold medal. He knows. I get the crown with this gold medal.
So we want
We're still going.
So far, we have not seen any duplicates in our game so far, which has been very nice. We've been really seeing the whole slate of game modes that Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout is known for. And our next game is going to be Fruit Chute.
Fruit Chute. This is the first time we've seen this tonight, and this is an interesting game. Lots of things can happen on Fruit Chute. I have to think a lot of these players are not even going to worry about trying to get the gold right here. This is one of those games where you just want to qualify.
You just want to qualify, and the biggest one is
Rudism in the front.
Watch out for that pretzel stick right there, folks.
Rudism in the front. Oh, you think it's a pretzel stick?
I think it's a pretzel stick right there as it rolls by you.
I think it's a churro, actually.
A churro?
A straight-up churro, yeah. I think it's a churro.
We've just got to...
Wait, is it an apple or a mango right here? What do you think that one is?
Oh, that's an apple, bro. That's an apple.
Oh, yeah, that magical red-green apple? See, I think that's a mango.
You know, it might be a Granny Smith apple. I'm not quite sure.
Rudism right here, avoiding those watermelons that are bouncing everywhere. Rudism is already getting in there. Meanwhile, you see Deoxys Sucks and Oh Hey It's David
here.
are both deep behind there. That right
They
side.
might not make this.
That right side did not seem good. We see 13, 14,
No.
15, 16. There's one more player.
Oh, hey,
It's David is
might not
getting
make
knocked
this.
around. He
Rudism
might not make this. I don't know if Deoxys sucks.
might not make that.
Wow.
He's out.
Wow, and just like that, you see our top 2 players after round 1 both get eliminated before the finals of round 2. This is a huge moment for Bakbasoup and Rudism. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they're probably going to get another round in here, which is going to allow them to stack even more kudos.
They will 100%. With 17 people left, we're going to have another round, and these two are going to have their chances at some more kudos. And big one, right? Oh, hey, it's David and Deoxys, the leaders in this group right now, get kicked out. We're going to Block Party. And all you got to do is survive here.
Block Party's another one of those you shouldn't lose, but for some reason it does happen. Like every once in a while, you do just go down on Block Party. So
sometimes your feet get stuck in those popsicle sticks, aka the lower bar, and it just goes downhill for you quickly. So let's see what happens here. Of course, Rudism over there with the candy cane. Bakbasoup right in front of you on your screen with this chicken and soda combo. And both are just going to have an easy one. We got a minute and a half, Pooh. So a lot of time to catch your breath now. Ensure that you make it to this finals because these two need the kudos.
Yeah, I'd imagine both of them are going to be very non-grabby. A lot of times you want to get grabby in this particular level, especially when you're playing casually. Make yourself have an easier final. Why not? But as you see that, players are getting grabby against them. And again, there's really no rules or anything you can do about stream sniping of any kind. So that is going to happen tonight. We'd imagine that players are going to get grabbed by the viewers out there. And it just is what it is, which is kind of crazy. Let's see if any of these players go for the wood glitch right here. Rudism is not going to. You can actually stand on the wood block and it just floats you all the way back to the island. No, Bakbasoup is also not going to go for it. They're both going to opt for the safe strats, which I think probably the right play. However, I would have loved to see some swag strats. That would have been very fun for you.
I want to show off for all the audience out there.
Yeah, I want to see, you know what? I want to see some OB out of bounds, you know. What's kind of interesting is you're not seeing these players go after each other at all right now. I think they both know maybe like we're the 2 players that are down.
Yep.
Let's just kind of do our own thing. Meanwhile, as I say that, Rudism gets eliminated again. Not going to see the final for a second time. That is huge. That allows Bakbasoup is potentially the only player that is going to be in these finals. This is going to be free kudos for him.
Oh my God.
This is looking good for Bakbasoup.
It comes down too. I believe there's only 7 players left, which means he's going to see a Hex or a Fall Mountain or a Jump Showdown. He's got to like his odds better than that with those games better than Tail Tag. That's for sure. Wow, this is a huge turn of events right here. Bakbasoup all alone in the finals.
Rudism will get some kudos. He's going to climb up the board, but oh, hey, it's David will get his own. We're looking at our 4th place member on this squad right now, a chance to get a crown and shoot up
Hexagon,
to possibly
nice.
first place. Hexagon again. This is him. No other players to worry about as well. I think it's a small field here, Pooh. As we take a look, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8
players
people here. This is the Hexagon that you want if you're up here in the esports level.
Yeah, this is, I mean, right now, this is one of those situations with 8 players where you just want to get your own space as high as possible and just keep it and let those other players fight out. Meanwhile, this boxer, that was wild right there. That boxer was not giving up. And just as I say, get your own space, Bakbasoup has his own space
all by himself
right now.
He's going to kick it back to first gear. He's going to hang out. But we got to give credit to whoever that random was out there in the boxer's outfit. That was very difficult to do. I don't know how he survived that long.
I know. That was absolutely crazy. You see Bakbasoup making a bad play. Said my bad right there. And he's getting chased again by another tryhard. There's his arch nemesis, the boxer. Going to be going for the same hexagons right here.
These
Both
two
players
are going to be attached at the hip all game long. He's got to get away from him somewhere. Take a right, let him go left. Yeah. And now they're going to collide with the other boxer.
Oh, that was huge moment for them, actually. Bakbasoup might be able to do a dive right here, take out all those, and then, he did it. He tried it. And that backfired.
Okay,
wow. You see a little desync issue happen right there. That guy was not on... They were on different screens, essentially, because of latency, and that's just how the game rolls, you know? You got to be prepared for that.
Really has to work here, Pooh, as well. Yeah. Like, we're looking at it. We already got a couple people down at the bottom here. Nobody's been eliminated, but man, he's going to be tangled up with a lot of people unless he can really work this blue to his advantage. Nobody up here choosing to run, Pooh. Very interesting move, but there's the boxer.
There's his
Came out
arch
of nowhere.
nemesis, and he gets the best of him again. You know, but Bakbasup going down, dropping to this. There's going to be some gold underneath him that he's going to be able to get. Meeting with this boxer. These can't get away from these boxers, you know? They're just everywhere. And then the next spot he looks, another boxer right there.
Gonna have to get these blues down below him and just hope that he has enough real estate to work. He's waiting on one other person. The belly flop doesn't work right there.
No, the accidental dive with one player left, giving the game to the rando. Random person potentially saving Deoxys Sucks from getting knocked out of first place right there.
The biggest one, Pooh, that allows everybody to stay in this.
Go out. There's going to be 405 kudos for Bakbasup, though. That is a huge amount of kudos. You see, it's David, too, getting a respectable 250. Deoxys Sucks coming in fourth place with 215, and Rudism with 335. It's going to pick him up some. Our top two aren't changing, but it certainly got a lot tighter heading into game 3, the deciding game.
A little bit tighter in the pack. If I'm Deoxys Sucks, I'm feeling good, right? They just blew that opportunity that I missed out on, and I'm still up in the thousands. These guys, only one of them is really going to make a stake at their claim here in our final game of round number 1. So let's see who can make that and get out of the threesome that we see into the second or first place. But I think Deoxys Sucks is locked in right now.
Yeah, I think he's feeling pretty good. He's just going to want to not make any horrible mistakes. Don't lose in round 1 is his basic goal right now. Whereas the other players are thinking, if I win this crown, I'm in. If I win this crown, I'm in. That's all I need to do right now. I win a crown, and I'm in this next round. It's really easy. I'm pretty sure the crown will get anyone through at this moment. With that being said, gold medals, we're definitely going to want to watch these gold medals. We're definitely going to want to watch these top 20% here because it's very likely that that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, this is going to be a very tight race right here at the end. Deoxys Sucks, we've talked about. He's going to be kind of on just autopilot mode. But let's take a look at the other three. Bakbasup, we've talked about. A chef in real life. He's used to the heat. He did mess that one up right there at the end. Rudism, you've talked a lot about him, Pooh. Tell the audience what's unique and cool about Rudism here that we get to know about him.
Yeah, Rudism is, and this is kind of funny because Rudism usually plays with plays games with not a normal controller. He's well known for making his own controllers. He has played Fall Guys with a grip of jelly beans. Like literally you touch different jelly beans to do different things. He's won a game like that. He's played Fall Guys with a Guitar Hero controller. He's won a game like that. Currently, he's playing Fall Guys where he has to tap out his instructions in Morse code with one button. Yeah, one button. And he has gotten many finals, but has not won a game like that yet. You have to wonder if I thought like him coming to a regular controller would be really easy for him, but I wonder if he wants to plug in that Guitar Hero controller real quick for this final game.
If he wants to just start typing Morse code, it's an interesting one. And then our final one here, it's David in this threesome. Tell me a little bit about him because he says, I'm an opportunistic play style here. And he's got to really take this opportunity right now if he wants to get onto this next round. He's right in the mix, down 250. That number will change, of course. But where do you think, it's David?
Actually, these scores are just the second round. We need to have the first and second round combined scores right here. So we're going to get that fixed for you guys in just a second. It's David. I play with it's David virtually every day this game, and he is an incredible player. He's very fast. He knows all the strats. He stays up on everything. He does his research. I know he's disappointed missing that finals right there. I know he's disappointed in himself for that. I expect him to do really well, especially here in Hit Parade. It's going to be interesting to see how Hit Parade goes. Hit Parade is one that you can actually fall in and lose on the first round, but it's also one that you can get a really big lead on, depending on how what we call it, the Best Buy doors go for you. And let's see how these players opt to take Hit Parade. There's a lot of different strats. You can go up top, you can go down bottom, you can do the 360 down bottom super speed strat that's just come out.
Nobody in the front line here. Everybody in the middle to back. So they're going to start running, of course, my favorite part, the Twinkies right now. Got to get across that smoothly to avoid the slime, and Rudism has no problem. Bakbasup is going to be down there. Everybody's down there. It's David, though. Ooh, this is a special strategy. Why don't you walk us through what we're seeing down at the bottom right now?
Yeah, you see, it's David right now. He actually did it's like this little 360 right into the slime, and that little 360, for some reason, causes you not to ragdoll. This is a strat that we've actually just been working on, me and David and other groups in our Discord. I've been working on for the last couple days. And as you can see, he's already mastered. It allows you to take that outside route and get what we call the employee entrance Best Buy doors there on the side. And you basically get a free walk-in to a gold medal, as you see right there. And that is a huge, tremendously big gold medal, as it, considering that Oh Hey David, Rudism, and Bakba Soup are separated right now by 50 kudos.
Incredible to look at. Yeah, look at how tight this race is going to be between the three of them. Now, mind you, right, we've seen all 4 players, if you got a crown or not, right, they're averaging about 400 kudos here. So it looks like Deoxys Sucks will be safe. But now the question is, out of these 3, who's going to get the crown? Who's going to get up to that past 1,000 marker and lock themselves in for the next round?
Yeah. And one thing we should mention, you have to earn a crown at some point throughout the night to be eligible for the 5K grand prize. So if you get down to the finals and you don't have a crown, but you have the most kudos, the prize is actually going to the next player with a crown. So winning crowns is important here. It's not the only way to advance, but it is important.
Now we go over to slime climb right now. This is one, Pooh. We saw it before. All 4 are very good. They're very proficient at this. But are you saying to yourself, if you're Bakba Super Rudism or Hey It's David, maybe I try to grab somebody, maybe I try to eliminate one of my competitors here?
Yes, I would. I mean,
let's see if anybody gets aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, if you can take out, like, if you're Rudism and you take out Oh Hey It's David and you see someone right there just go down one of the randoms. If you take out an Oh Hey It's David or you take out a Bakba Soup, you're pretty much guaranteed you're taking out one of your competitors. You know what I mean? Then it's a 3-way race. You know what I mean? That's a smart one. I don't know if I'd worry so much about Deoxys right now, but
Bakba Soup going to be entering the Twinkies alongside Deoxys. So those 2 are moving. So is Oh Hey It's David. He's right behind them. So everybody pretty much neck and neck here. But it's all about survival for these 3. Really, the kudos are going to help, but you got to get to the final round, and you have to get this crown if you want to advance. So first place medals are going to be great, but that crown's going to be even sweeter.
Yeah, this one is probably going to come all down to the finals. Meanwhile, you see Bakba Soup actually struggling a little bit. Oh Hey It's David and Deoxys through already. Rudism is going to be not far behind, assuming the slime section goes okay for him.
Somebody trying to stand at that Twinkie, holding Bakba Soup back. Who you know that well. That's a tough one right there when people get in your way there.
You know what? It's always fun when you do it. It's never fun when you're faced with it. Luckily, he's got a lot of time still before the slime is going to catch up to him. He is going, looks like he's going to be able to advance, but he's facing a crowded, final end of slime climb here. And a lot of crazy things can happen right here. Like someone coming to try and grief you as they did, trying to end Bakba Soup tonight right there.
I got to get out of this one quick. Right. This is one where I like to tell my friends, let's practice good social distancing techniques. Once you get 6 feet ahead of me, you stand over there. I don't want to be close to you in the slime right now. Don't get too close to me.
Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. It's just heated right now. Like, there's so much on the line here in this 3rd game.
But we got the unicorn here with the bird bottom and the apple. They've decided to battle each other while the slime is climbing to them. Just 2 randos, and the unicorn is not going to get out of that one. He'll be eliminated. Apple makes it through. And that's just some fun stuff you like to see over there on Slime Climb.
Now, is this last player gonna take his time? There's always the last player who just sits there and emotes the whole time and waits for the slime, And
you know what happens to them, Pooh? They're on the list. For next round, you're going right after that, kid. Whoever does that, I'm after you.
Yeah, add him to the list. You know what's really interesting? We haven't actually seen a team game yet.
I know. We've seen a lot of games. We've had a couple duplicates now.
Not a team game.
This most likely could be a team game. 12 people.
I think we're looking at fall ball.
Fall ball it is. 3 minutes on the clock. Everybody together. And of course, 3 of them need to get to the final. One of them could just stand there. Will this be the moment where we see one of them decide, hey, I'm not playing in this?
I don't think Deoxys Sucks is going to opt not to play. I think he's going to play because he's in. There's only one player is going to be able to pass him. It doesn't matter if you finish 1st or 2nd, really. You just want to qualify. No, I was wrong. He's opting not to play. He is opting not to. Wait, did he change his mind? Yeah, he changed his mind. He's going to play. He's going to play. He didn't want to make the list.
Fall ball.
He didn't want to make the list. So again, we do have a rule, ladies and gentlemen. If a player is in the lead and it would be advantageous for them to throw the game, they have to just stand there. They're not allowed to throw the game. They're not allowed to hurt their team. You can only help your team in team games. That is a rule of honor we have here in FallMania. And we are nothing if not honorable.
What is that?
Exactly. Respect the sanctity of the game here. All
yes,
right,
respect
folks?
the sanctity of
FallMania. Do not destroy
FallMania.
this FallMania game. Now, looking good so far. A tied-up game here. About 1:40 left in this, and both teams struggling right now to get this ball in the back of the net. Blue team doing a good job to hold back Hey It's David right now.
Yeah, I mean that would be a hugely disappointing thing if we don't even get to see a final round. We definitely want the yellow team to win. We're rooting hard, but I mean the problem is, and this is the issue we have going, is that they are on the yellow squad, which we all know
That's going in.
very well that the yellow squad is at a disadvantage in this game. But meanwhile, as I say that,
they get
goals
two in a
going
row
over.
right there. They're gonna try to turn yellow into gold. We're gonna
Great
say that a
goalie
couple
work,
of
yellow
times
team.
tonight.
Great goalie work.
Blue scores back, but this one, Pooh, let's talk about this for people that are just getting into Fall Guys right now. The drop in right now, the header here at the half-court line. What's your thoughts on that? This is a big advantage right here.
Yeah, the fall part of fall ball. I mean, whoever owns that center area, I feel like generally owns fall ball past the first goal. I think it's hugely important to be able to time those right. I think a really well-coordinated teams, what they usually do is they have one person run a grab, kind of interference, so their teammate can be the one who gets the hit. It's actually hugely important, if for no other reason, even if you don't get a goal off it, just having that field advantage. You know what I mean? They talk about that in, like, you know, American football all the time, and I can see one bouncing around right here. Having that field advantage right there is huge. Meanwhile,
Huge
what
save.
what a block!
Huge save
What
for
a
goal.
block!
15 seconds left. We also see the football out as well. Now, folks, if you're just tuning in, maybe you've never played, remember, it's not just soccer balls here. You
Please,
can
someone
see a
follow that.
football, and the fun part about the football is
Damn
it
it, I
just
was just trying to
bounces
get a
at
medal.
different angles. It
I
really
don't think we
doesn't
got
go
one.
the way you
Maybe
want
we did.
sometimes, so it's
Yeah.
always cool to kind of throw that into the situation.
Yeah,
but
Did I get a
our
medal?
yellow team will make it on.
Nothing showed
Wonder
up.
if we'll see a gold egg
Brown,
throughout the
baby.
night at
Gotta
any
go.
point, you know? The gold
Very
egg,
rare.
of course,
Nice,
famously
okay.
worth 5 goals. Now, they didn't. One thing we should note: you get a
So,
gold
what's
medal
this
for
gonna be,
winning,
Fall
getting
Mountain?
10 goals in that game. So, oh, they have a 6 qual. Now, if
This is
this
a
comes
6-person
down
Hexagon.
to solo tail final, to a royal fumble final, they are Team
I don't
Fall
even know if we're
Mountain though.
all
This
in.
is Group Fall Mountain, so I would like, or no, this is Group Jump
Oh,
Showdown. No, it does
Jump
come down to
Showdown.
royal
This
fumble.
is a terrible one for this.
Wow.
6-person.
This
Wow.
is the one, Pooh, when you play with your friends, you work together. But right now, this is like, hey,
It's
here's all
anyone's
4 of
game
us.
now.
Let's see who's the best right now. Good luck.
This-
And it
So
could
let's
go
just
anybody's
play.
way.
Let's just play.
This is kind of the best
Usually
final you
usually
could
I
have.
stick around
Not
and
only
not
that,
do
we're gonna
anything
get to
for a
see
while,
the
but let's
difference
just
in
play.
like desync, you know, because
Go
everyone
back,
always
yeah.
complains about the desync, but you're gonna get to see that they always look like you're grabbing the tail on your screen. It just doesn't look like it on their screen. You know what I mean? Like, this
Let's
is gonna
take 'em-
be crazy to see as Deoxys has the tail right now, and he quickly gets taken out by the rando, who gets taken out by Oh Hey It's David, who gets taken out by Deoxys.
It's just a scramble in here, but oh hey, it's David gets out of it. Let's take a moment really quick since we have a minute. Talk about Rudism. Rudism playing down, I believe, in New Zealand, correct, Pooh? So
Yes.
talk about lag and desync. Rudism is
Desync.
going to be up against the wall here on this one.
Yeah, this is for him. It's kind of definitely the hardest game to play, and we got to give him massive amounts of credit for playing, playing with this group. I mean, but even with that being said, like Bakba Soup is in Canada, and you know we got multiple 3 countries represented in this group right here. So, as you can see, these players are just nabbing these tails back and forth. Oh hey, it's David has it right now. He is cruising through. He is going to make a U-turn. Gonna get met right there.
Nice jump.
Freaked him with the okey doke though.
He just, LaDainian Tomlinson, 3 people right there, got out of there. Now he just got 20 seconds left. He's going to lose it to a random, though. Back to him.
Oh my
The
gosh, he
scramble
gets it
begins.
again. Bakba Soup, Rudism has it.
Rudism. It's going to
Oh,
come down to the final 10 seconds, folks.
Yo,
Do not look
Deoxys-
away.
Deoxys is not trying to give this up.
He's-
Oh, hey,
he's-
it's David grabbed it. There is 6 seconds left.
5 seconds there on
Oh,
him.
he freaked him with the
Oh,
okey doke.
huge
He
move.
freaked him on the backside with the okey doke.
Can Bakba
Big
Soup get it?
move.
Oh, hey, it's David.
Oh,
Incredible.
Wow, he's gonna get the crown, and that's gonna allow him to advance.
Let's go.
Look at
Wow,
that smile.
what
The-
a move at the end there, though. Barry Sanders style
It's
on the
incredible.
40-yard line, breaking out for a touchdown. Wow,
Oh.
esports.
He had some really great patience. He had
Freak
some
the
really
wicked
good moves. He stuck with it the whole time, never gave up. And it was down to those final moves. Like you said, there's the okey doke. I'm going the opposite way, and nobody could catch him there, Pooh.
Yeah, as you can see, that was incredible. Oh hey, it's David. I mean, we got to get the final scores, but it looks like Deoxys Sucks and Oh hey, it's David are going to be our 2 players that advance, both with crowns, so they are eligible. They're good to go for the rest of the night. This wow, that was crazy. If we could maybe bring up our tournament bracket right now and see how that's going to play out after we get these final scores in.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, our next group has already started, which is great. Our next group has already started, so we're gonna jump right into action here as soon as we can pull that up. Unless I just heard in my ear that we can't do that, and we're gonna do something else.
Well, let me go over Group Fall Mountain right now. I'll give you the 4 people that we will be tuning into in just a moment. Of course, you do have the Deezus. You have Big John, Velhart, and Box ready to go. We saw a very tight competition in group number 1 with Jump Showdown. So now Fall Mountain squad ready to go. 4 players, only 2 can advance. Pooh, who do you like out of those 4?
You know,
I know you love them all.
I do love them all. I mean, each player has their own advantage. You know, I think a Big John is a world-class speedrunner, multiple world records in Mario Lost Levels. He's just incredible at going fast. You know, he knows so many games. So you can never count him out. And not only that, he's calm. He plays calm all the time. You know what I mean? He doesn't let anything bother him. Nothing sweats him. You got the Deezus, who's got more of a fighting game background. He just won a tournament actually this past Friday. Beat me. I finished second in that tournament. So he just won a tournament with his group. Granted, it was a group tournament. He's solo now, but he has that winning pedigree. He already has won a Fall Guys tournament before. You know what I mean? He feels confident. You're coming in with Velhart, someone that comes from a Kaizo Mario Maker background. I'm pretty familiar with that. He's capable of making any trick and nothing bothers him, nothing shakes him. However, just this past Sunday, he would have what he would call a disappointing performance in a Fall Guys tournament, one that I won. I just want to mention that. Yeah, so as you see right now, Jump Showdown, we got Boss with Soup with 1,005 coming in third, Rudism 920. Deoxys Sucks and Oh Hey It's David are going to be your 2 players who are advancing. Meanwhile, down in Fall Mountain, already a game in. Velhart looks like he got the crown, 1070. We got Box and the Deezus, though, tied for second with Big John coming in at third with 215 points. So it is already heated up down in Fall Mountain. Let's go ahead and head over there.
Let's jump over there right now. I love that. You know what I also want to touch on? You talked about Velhart getting the crown, leading this group right now. My favorite is when I read over all the contestants and they tell us about themselves. They write all these fun stuff. Velhart left everything blank, just wrote, I like slime climb, and I'm going to wear a black hoodie with blue jeans. And I respect that because that means this guy's coming in, he's focused, he's locked in, and you can see him right there. He's rocking the black hoodie with the blue jeans.
You know, I want to say, like, me and Velhart are good friends, but now that you mention it, I don't know if I know anything about him other than he's really good at Fall Guys and the Marios, you know, so it's kind of funny that you mentioned that. Again, guys, if you guys are just joining us, this is FallMania, 16-person winner takes all $5,000 tournament. These 4 players are actually playing head-to-head against each other to see who comes out with the most kudos. You can see their scores above them right now. We have 2 more games left, and this is actually round 2. We have 2 more games left in this round here. As we go on, they've already finished one. You see Box is actually he's known for League of Legends coming over here and playing this. And that's something that I'm really loving about Fall Guys community is it's really bringing together these separate gaming communities and interacting. And you're kind of seeing maybe like who's coming out on top in that.
Yeah, you got to love that this game brings everybody together. We touched on it at the beginning of the show, right? This is a fun party game that can be shared and played by all. But tonight we're going to add a little competitive edge to it, which is really cool to see all these backgrounds. Yeah, my favorite right now, look at my guy, Big John. Just suited and booted, ready to play, bringing the uniqueness and the color. And he's going to make it in the top 20%. He's qualified. Everybody's qualified, and we're moving on to the next one here.
Yeah, if you look right there, Box actually had one little moment of scary where he hit the wall, but ended up qualifying just in the nick of time for 40. But he is going to get that just qualified badge. And that one is worth significantly less kudos than even a top 50%.
Well, we'll take a look at that as we know that 4th through 2nd place is going to be a very tight run here unless somebody can come out with a crown. So let's see which one of them breaks away from the pack here following Velhart right now down at your bottom left.
You see Deez's heart rate. It's at 132. He's got the heart rate monitor. I like this. We're in round 1, my dude. We're in round 1. Relax.
He's hot right now. Let's take a look. We're going to go to DoorDash. So we had Gate Crash and DoorDash.
I don't think any of these players. Yeah, I don't think any of these players are excited to see a DoorDash.
I got crown in.
And now let's take a look where everybody will line up. Remember, we touched on this one. This one could go wrong quickly on you. You want to stay in the middle of the pack, but you don't want to get stuck in the swarm. We got a couple of people in the back rows. Nobody in the front row, though. So nobody's really going to have to be the one to take the dive through the gates. And there we go. Looking good on all sides right now. Everybody's through just fine. No problems with the swarms. And taking a look down at the bottom, we're going to look at our leader in his hoodie and blue jeans. That's Velhart. And he's going to be making it through. You got to watch out for the teeth and the eyes, though.
You see all 4 players right there on his screen at one moment. So you can see if anything bad is going to happen to our players. It looks like they're all in a nice uniform line, though. This is one of the calmer DoorDashes I've ever seen. Like, this is just a nice, organized line of kindergartners breaking through these doors right now.
1, 2, 3, 4 people going through. Oh, down at the backside, though, we do have the Deezis having a little bit of a problem here. Going to finish in the final 5, so his kudos will be a little less, but he is through. Heart rate still at 132. That's going to be a fun one to keep an eye on there, Pooh.
The heart rate, is it? I mean, I'm kind of worried about him. Like, is he okay? Can someone check on him? Like, does he have a friend, a roommate, or something that we can make sure he's okay currently? That is a tremendously high resting heart rate.
He's got a giant jug of water. He's trying to cool down, trying to keep it easy. Dude. We'll ride alongside with him for just a moment longer as we head into another team game.
What is I don't know what he's wearing on his head though, but I have to assume it's just like it's helping the focus. You know what I mean? It's helping the chi.
It's either that or it's sucking so much on his head, the heart rate's going up, trying to pump the blood to his brain right now. We'll see what happens here for him. Going over to rock and roll now.
Right here in the rock and roll. This is you see Velhart right there, not making the list. He's gonna help everyone. He's gonna go with the honorable try, even though it probably would be advantageous for him to lose this game. But I appreciate that. I like it. Our players here are, if nothing, if honorable. We're seeing some teamwork right here. As you see, one of our players is actually going to go ahead and play defense. This is not good, though, for our rock and roll
stuck
players.
On the lollipops there.
They got
that's
stuck
a tough
there.
one to get through, and that's a teamwork aspect there.
Now, luckily, it doesn't look like they have much defense going on, but blue is going to make it in. Are they going to be able to get past yellow? This is actually interesting how this is going to work here.
They're about tied up right now, 77,
I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to be able to get through.
Slope. I don't think there's a single person pushing the yellow ball right now as you see them all on defense over there. They just kind of gave up pushing.
That got a little hairy. All those players should thank Velhart for giving his A for effort right there, because he did not need to do that. The yellow curse. You see it in chat right now. You see everyone talking about it. It's the yellow curse.
I love it. Well, 20 people left here heading into this next one. Will we see another team game? Will we see maybe a block party or a tiptoe? Be an interesting one, and especially for Velhart, we're going to tiptoe. Velhart right here. You get one more crown here, Pooh. You might as well put your hands off the controller. You don't even have to play game number 3 because you're looking perfect right now. And our leader looking calm, cool, collected, as you said. And he's going to look to continue to dominate here. 12 people can qualify out of our 20, and we're off and running. Let's see what the strategy is. Velhart not afraid to ragdoll and take the jump.
Yeah, I mean, Velhart is probably one of the best, and this is kind of going to sound kind of weird, but he's one of the best tiptoe players I've seen. He constantly has an eye on what tiles are shaking and what tiles aren't. He's counting those last 2 tiles is what he's doing. See the last 2, so he'll be saying 1, 2, 3 to his stream all the time to see which one it is. So he knows it's not 2, it's not 4, right? It's not 5, as you just saw him shake. He knew it was 1, as you see right there. Gets a gold medal, qualifies. I believe. I believe Box got eliminated right there, actually, and that is going to be a tremendously big elimination right there for both Deezus and Big John to get Box out. Both of them are going to look to pass him after this round now. Box is going to have to get a crown here in our 3rd game to stand a chance. Meanwhile, our other 3 players are going to be fighting it out in Jump Showdown. Our first Jump Showdown of the night. Oh,
now, Jump Showdown is something special. Now, this is the newest mode that's been added to the finale. It was in, it was out. It's back in now. 2 swinging arms, falling platforms. You got to know where you need to be. Pooh, what's the strategy for this one for people who are just coming in, seeing this, or maybe a more esports level?
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting game because there's a couple strategies. I mean, for me personally, what I like to do is I like to just jump and let the bar do its work until there's me and one other person. And then when it's me and one other person, I'm getting grabby. Like as soon as that happens, I'm getting grabby and I'm trying to suck their jump away and make sure they get hit by the bar before I do.
Talk about getting grabby. You're going to see Big John is already trying to get grabby with the Jesus, so his heart rate's going to rise just a little bit as Big John tries to touch him a little bit.
And that's a smart move right there by Big John, because if Big John can take out Jesus, get this crown right there, he is going to pass both him and Box. He doesn't even need to worry about Velhart so much. He just wants to finish second. You know what I mean? Get past all these other players. It is going to be interesting to see how it goes. And as you see right now, all these players are going to be jumbled up on this one particular bar. Almost going down.
Wow.
That bar almost taking out Jesus.
This is going to be a very quick situation right now.
All three of our players surviving again. This is not a good bar cycle right here. All of our players getting in. Velhart, Big John still alive. Jesus goes down though.
Yep.
Jesus is down right now. It is between Velhart and Big John.
Big John's got to be feeling good, but on the flip side, our leader now is in control. There goes
just
Big
as he
John.
says that, just as we say that, Velhart grabs Big John. Velhart grabs the two randoms, gets another crown, ladies and gentlemen. 2 crowns for Velhart, stamping his way into the semifinals.
The hood and the blue jeans, just absolutely locked in with his casual wear. And you touched on it, right, Pooh? It's like, this guy knows the ins and outs of the game. He's locked in, he's focused. And now, like I said just a couple moments ago, he can just put his controller down. He's locked in. He doesn't even need to play. He doesn't even need to play this second round or this last round. He can just relax. He could jump in the slime on slime climb. I don't think he's going to do that. I think Velhart's a little too proud. I think he wants to go for the 3-crown sweep. But this is, it's a dominating performance. You know what I mean? This is, if nothing else, an ego booster for him as he's going to be going into the semis. And meanwhile, these other 3 players know right now, I got to win. I got to win. That's what I got to do right now. I got to win. Still alive in this.
I think I got to win. I'm still alive, but I got to win.
The best one for Box, who got eliminated on tiptoe. Now you're back in it, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like, it's not over for you now.
Yeah, that wasn't even a huge thing for him. He only ended up losing 1 round. He only ended up losing 1 round of kudos. It's not going to be a huge thing. He could actually overcome this with a few gold medals just alone. You know, he could overcome this deficit. Yeah.
Be very interesting to see where our scores play. And of course, does somebody get a crown? But if they don't, Pooh, we're going to be doing a lot of math over here. You and I will be adding, subtracting, and we're going to get down to the nitty gritty to see who out of these 3 left in Fall Mountain's group will make it out with Velhart. So very exciting. Of course, a crown will get you on there no matter what. If not, you better hope the other 2 don't get it either, because then we can do some math. We'll find out.
All right, let's get in there. Game 3. Oh, sorry. Let's check out Velhart, our boy.
Yes.
Our 2-peat champion right here. He plays with the controller. He says a passive play style, and I don't necessarily believe that because we've seen him be aggressive already. Favorite minigame, slime climb. The costume combo. You got the black hoodie and the blue jeans. I mean, we're seeing him rocking it right now. It looks great on him. Looks great when he does the Z snap and gets those crowns.
And let's take a look at his player profile. Just look at this jelly bean with the fierce beard. This guy is ready to rock and roll. And, you know, I take that play style from passive to just calm, cool, collective, and ready to go.
Yeah, you got Big John over here, who was right there, our second place finisher, essentially, who Velhart did take out. You know, I like his play style. Just chill and let RNG let him win. You know what I mean? Just let the game come to you sometimes. Another thing about Big John we got to mention, he's coming in here at 390 pounds of muscle, y'all. 390 pounds of muscle. He's into bodybuilding. He is a huge dude, and that's why he loves the workout attire with the swag headband and rocking the red team. Or he hates the red team. Sorry, hates the red team.
He's standing at 6'5". Let's see if this guy can come out right now. He knows it's just between him and 2 others who we're looking at, the Jesus. Let's see if he can muscle it up right now. But let's take a look over at Jesus. My favorite part about this, and touched on it at the pregame, the play style, sweaty. That's what I'm all about, Pooh. Let's give our best. Let's work it out, and let's go get a win. This guy's got the heart rate monitor. He's got the headband. He's got the giant jug of water. Can he get the crown, though, will be the question.
I love that he says his favorite minigame is Fall Ball because he claims to be the Messi of Fall Guys here. So, you know, I claim to be Ronaldo. So, I mean, we'll have to go head-to-head one time.
There we go. Okay, like, you two can get along with each other. Well, just with that, Looks like we are ready to rock. Heart rate is going to be at 129 for the Deezus. He's also undecided on his least favorite team right there. And he's just showing off some photos to the crowd.
Showing off some family photos. You know what I mean? Just seeing how everything's going. Yeah, we got Deezus at 845. We got Big John at 620. We got Box at 740. It is literally anybody's game for second. Velhart feeling pretty, I think we can pretty solidly put him down in the next round.
Yeah, he is locked in for sure.
Oh,
now when you're looking at it, Seesaw, my favorite game mode. Here it is, my favorite one, Pooh.
Placement on this one, where everyone starts, is going to be a tremendously big deal right here. And we could see a few different strats. Just what angle they take. Do they take the middle one, middle route on the second, after the second platform? Do they do the checkpoint cheese, as I like to call it? As you see, Velhart in the back, Box in the back, Big John in the back.
Everybody, all four, all in the back.
They're all in the back. This is perfect.
Now, this is the situation, Pooh. You got to stay patient, right? This is where it makes or breaks you. You're in the middle. You're going to be pushed to the back end of the pack. You have to stay patient. You have to understand that you need to get through this. These three competitors, sure, we're in it for the kudos, but we're in it for the crown. And these guys just have to qualify. We'll go alongside with the Deezus. And he's looking not too bad. Going to do the belly flop onto the halfway points. And looking perfect for him to get to that second checkpoint here, Pooh.
No, Deezus is all these players. Look, the heart rate came down actually for Seesaw, which I would not have thought of happening.
This one is right. Yeah,
exactly. But you know what? He's looking good. I think these players, especially, it looks like all of them are kind of breaking out ahead of the pack right now. You see Box just getting great Seesaw patterns. Even Velhart, who had a little struggle there at the beginning, is now out. I think all four of them are going to be able to get into this top 20%, assuming nothing happens. I am challenging Velhart, though, and I want to see it if Velhart will go for the cross-court finish, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he's got nothing to lose. I'm hoping to see Velhart go for this cross-court finish.
Now, when we say this, let's take a look at Big John, though, Pooh. He's in the back here.
Oh, he
just getting the final section, and he might have a little bit of an issue here, as he does have about 10, 20 people ahead of him. Got to make a move here to be perfect.
Ooh, and that's set up good for him, but hopefully it doesn't go all the way over.
No, John, no!
And there's 15 players qualified.
3. Everybody's through except for Big John, who is in the dead middle of the pack on our final 3 teeter-totters. He's got to make it right now.
That was a big / dangerous move by Big John right there.
Clutch play. He is qualified. He's in, and that's exactly where he needs to be right now.
Yeah, I think he's going to miss the top 50%, which actually is going to hurt him a good amount. But it was impressive to get in there nonetheless, because he was facing some very vertical seesaws right there.
Exactly. So give some people the tips. All of our viewers out there, you're a pro here, GrandPooBear. Everybody knows you for your esports level play and your incredible speed runs. What's the pro move here if our viewers are faced with a north-south seesaw in front of them? What do they got to do?
I mean, I think the number one thing you got to do is stay calm. That's the number one thing you got to do is stay calm. And don't be afraid if you can get past that midline. That midline is basically the line of demarcation. If you can get past that midline, you will not fall off the seesaw. So don't be afraid to do a dive above that midline, even if the seesaw looks a little sketchy to you. You got to not be afraid to be aggressive, but you also can't panic in seesaw. I think that's the big thing. Most people panic. They see 10, 15 people qualify, and they start to panic. No, seesaw lasts a long time. There is always time for seesaw. There is not always time, though, in slime climb, which is going to be our next round. We are getting blessed with so much slime climb tonight, and I love it because anything can happen in slime climb.
This is it. We're still looking at our big 3 right now. Velhart, our leader, looking fine. He is in the back row, but really, it's the 3. Top and the bottom right. These are the people you want to keep your eye on. These are the people fighting to get into our semifinals. Box going to take a run. He'll get the first little shortcut there. No problem. And he is gone, folks.
He is gone. And you know what? Box needs this gold medal, too. He was disqualified the earliest from everybody last time. Didn't reach the finals. He's down right now to the Deezus by about 100 kudos. A gold medal here and something about the top 50% for Deezus would be tremendously big.
Box perfect across the Twinkies right there. We take a look. Deezus is about to hit the Twinkies. Big John struggling right now here on these first 2 platforms. Got to get through. Big John going to be eliminated. And Big John tonight are dashed. right there in the slime.
Yeah, I think that is going to spell the end for Big John. Night ended due to the slime. Interesting move here by BoxBox, because he was in a situation where it might have behooved him to grief Jesus. You know what I mean? He might have is sitting and trying to fight Jesus might have been the play for him right there. You eliminate Jesus, you eliminate Big John, you're walking right to the finals. Opts to take the gold medal, which is the safe play and is going to allow him to definitely catch up. But I mean, you see Jesus, he's finishing third. He's getting that top 20% medal as well. So
yeah, the big one now, Pooh, who will be the one with the 200 IQ play to notice Big John's out? It's you versus me, right? We're not worried about Velhart. Are one of these two going to get aggressive against each other and try to just secure that semifinals appearance with Velhart? It will be interesting to see this next round. What do they get? What do they do? But as we take a look, Velhart looking good. Big John just kind of unfortunate for him. We got to give him some love for showing up for FallMania.
Yeah, love Big John. He's amazing. Y'all should definitely everyone check out Big John's stream if you haven't already. One of the greatest speedrunners to ever do it. Give golf a chance. I love Big John. Happy to get him in here. Hope to see him at a future FallMania. All the love to Big John right there.
I love that. Well, we're going to move on to the next round right now. Big John will be saying goodbye. So let's see if BoxBox and Velhart, or BoxBox and the Jesus, are going to be able to look at each other and say, hey, 15 people left. We're probably going tippy-toe, probably tiptoe.
They're looking for a tiptoe or possibly a hoopsie daisy right here, actually. A low man hoopsie daisy. They definitely want one more round because you don't want us to go into a 15-person hex or a 15-person. Meanwhile, you get a 15-person hexagon right here. I believe right now, this is a pure guess. I believe Jesus is going to be up on kudos right now as we speak going into this. So BoxBox is going to have to get a crown. Meanwhile, I think Jesus could survive as long as BoxBox doesn't. And I gotta wonder how these two players are. As you see BoxBox just ragdolled all the way down to the blue already, and he immediately goes to jumps. He's like, this is my space. I'm here. You're not. Get out of my space. This is mine.
As we take a look over at the D's, his heart rate is climbing up to 135. He's on purple, going down to gold. He's jumped back over to BoxBox. They're both on the same level now.
Dropping fast. These players are dropping fast. Meanwhile, Velhart looks like Velhart looks like he's just kind of like clearing out space. BoxBox right now jumping through a grip of yellow. He's going to have a decision to make. He is going to try to go for it, and that is going to be a huge, costly move for him. He's going to drop all the way down to the gold. Meanwhile, Jesus is 2 floors above him right now, ladies and gentlemen. He has all the space in the world. He's got a grip of blue right below him, and he could just share that blue with that player. Meanwhile, BoxBox is making some moves, but BoxBox is going to be one dive away from a safe haven of gold himself. He makes that dive, and now he has it. How is BoxBox going to line this up? He wants to use every single hexagon. It is BoxBox versus Jesus right now. They are the only 2 players left. BoxBox, whoever wins this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to move on. BoxBox versus Jesus. BoxBox is going to make one more play. He's going to try to get down to that blue right there. He has a lot of blue here, ladies and gentlemen. Jesus
is all alone.
Jesus
is all alone. He's locked
in. With tons of purple.
It's a 1v1 situation. You couldn't have asked for a better hexagon, Pooh. But guess what? Jesus at 165 in his heart rate is all alone up there. BoxBox sure does have a lot of real estate, but if you look up just right here, look at the Jesus. He could sit here for a day.
Jesus. He's got a lot. A lot of this is going to be how BoxBox plays it out as he takes out 3 hexagons right now. This is huge. He's going out. He's trying to make it. He's doing everything he can, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Jesus, as you see, is going to get the win. And that is going to allow Jesus to advance. Came down to our final 2 competitors. And really the situation was BoxBox went for a 3-tile jump. He didn't get it. And he dropped those 2 floors. And those 2 floors ended up being the 2 floors that Jesus stayed on.
Those were the ones that you needed right now. And now we see a very dominant Velhart come out into the semifinals. Jesus just riding the lightning against BoxBox right there in that hexagon with 14 people. That was beautiful. Those 2 are going to meet up with Oh Hey It's David and Deoxys. What do you think about that now in this semifinal that we're going to see?
I mean, all 4 players have crowns. You know, I mean, that's something you got to say right off the bat. All 4 of these players have already showed they can win at any given time. All 4 of these players have showed they can play a sweaty hex game. I think we're seeing right now that these, especially the hexagon games, we haven't seen a Fall Mountain, but the hexagon games and the jump showdowns are going to be very tough. Even the Royal Fumble is going to be very, very tough. So it's going to be intense. It's going to be incredible. I wish I could say one of these players is the favorite. I think Velhart is kind of riding high right now.
Yep.
But he's gonna have a little break right now. You know, is that intensity? Is that excitement going to carry over into the next round? Because he's gonna have to go on ice as we watch these other first round competitors go. Meanwhile, I believe we have Group Hexagon coming up next. They have already started, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, let's jump into Group Hexagon. Your 4 competitors right now: Meg Turney, Wavy, Jay Witz, and Distoration 2. This is going to be a really fun one, a really cool group right now. As you take a look at all the different cameras, you look over right there at Wavy. Look at how clean that setup looks. But it's not about your setup; it's about your Fall Guys play right now. So let's see what he can do.
Wavy does have a really clean setup. He's got these cool little 8-bit like Windows 95 transitions. You know, Distortion. Wavy. First of all, we got to talk about him. Wavy is Twitch's Kelly Clarkson. He actually won the Stream On competition on Twitch's channel about a year ago. Got exclusive contract from Twitch. He's the man. He's a good friend of mine. I love him to death. He's also a extremely great freestyler. So hopefully, if he gets a win in here, we can get a freestyle for the dub.
I like that.
I like his play style. I like his play style. Patient but aggressive.
Money. Yeah, wants to take this money and put down on a down payment on a house. Man, Pooh Bear, you could be helping this guy get a house tonight.
I mean, I love the man. I love the man. You know, but it's not up to me. He's got to help himself right here. You know, he's got to help himself. All I can do is invite you to the tournament. You're the one who's gonna have to win that. So, you know, I know Tia out there, his girlfriend, is gonna be rooting hard for him right there. I think he's in a freestyle right now. I think he was just in one actually. You know, and then we over in the bottom right corner, I want to highlight Distortion 2 actually. You know, you're talking about one of the greatest speedrunners that have ever done it right there. Multiple GDQ runs. He's known for like Dark Souls games and Dark Souls styles games. He's just very, very great at what he does. And he's been bringing that skill and all those strats to Fall Guys as well. And it's just been like kind of wild to see some of the things he's come up with. I would be lying if I said I didn't steal some of Distortion strats.
Oh, I love that. Well, as you saw before we jumped into his player graphic, he is also eating right now before this match. So you know he's very calm going into this. He's been here before. He's seen and done it all. So let's see what he can do on this one.
Yeah. A lot of yellow. At least I like the play style is methodical, and that's kind of how I describe him. You know, we've crossed paths a few times at events, and methodical is the way I describe him.
I love that.
We got a whirly gig right now, and actually
whirly gig.
Distortion and Wavy are the two I actually want to look at for Whirligig as we try to get their scores in. If someone, yeah, I think Meg Turney is in the lead right now.
That's great. Well, we're going to jump into game number 2 on Whirligig and Distortion. Or no, that's going to be Wavy, actually.
We're going to be looking at Wavy right now.
Ragdoll, but really, it's going to be about the next phase here. The next 2 phases where you need to be. Because people are just going to ride these Whirligigs right now, Pooh.
Yeah. You see, in Distortion right there, as you see, he's just taking the Whirligig, letting it push him forward. He's going to avoid that next propeller, and he's just going to ride this left side all the way up to victory. But I am interested to see if he's going to take the swag golf club ending. You got Jay Witz right behind him right now. Let's see if Jay Witz goes through the middle or if he goes to the side. No, he's going to opt to go middle.
Let's talk about this middle, Pooh. So, of course, middle is just calling your name as you get into this third and final phase. What is the move to get through this?
You know, I think middle is actually wildly important here today because, again, you want to finish in that top 20%. You want to get those gold medals, get those kudos. You want to basically to go through the middle. You want to just hug that left side, essentially where that purple line is kind of like leading you up the treadmill. Just kind of hug that left side, and then right before the ridge, just pop a dive, a no-jump dive, and you're just going to slide right underneath that propeller and cruise the middle.
Actually perfect.
Well, it looks like Wavy gets through no issue at all right over there. Looks like Distoration 2 is already through. I think everybody is through right now with no problem. So all 4 competitors make Whirligig look easy right now.
Yeah, as you see, we got those full scores up there. Wavy and Distortion tied at second place with 215 each. Meg Turney leading the way right now. My girl Meg Turney with 265, and Jay Witz coming in at 85. Had an early elimination there in round 1.
Meg Turney, an incredible human being, says, I'm the world champion of being absolutely adorable. So you gotta love that. And some
you know what? I would confirm that. Amazing cosplayer, awesome all-around person. Loves Mario videos. Her and her boo watch Mario videos, so they're good people in my book. I think she had the best response to her playstyle though, is flying by the seat of her panicking pants.
That's what I think everybody in the general audience can enjoy as well, because this is the best game to just show to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, and just say good luck and just let them have fun with it. That's what it's all about. Meg Turney understands.
Yeah, type a 1 in chat right now if you play with the same play style as Meg Turney. You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, her favorite minigame is slime climb, so it's interesting to see her panicking by the seat of her pants, but also loving slime climb. Those usually don't go together there.
Yeah. You know what I noticed here too with this group? Got a lot of arcade machines in the background.
A lot of arcade machines.
Meg's
right,
got
Pooh?
2. Meg's got 2. Wavy's got 1. You know, like somebody send Jaywitz into store. Actually, I know Jaywitz has an NBA Jam arcade machine, the new Wi-Fi one in his house because we played. Yeah,
I was gonna say, I believe Pooh has one of those too.
Yeah, somebody send Distortion, you know, a 1-up arcade or something like there. Yeah, it's a Flex's arcade. Like he needs it right now.
Let's get this look going. Well, we're over here on the memory game now, and this will be a good little chance to catch our breath, look around at everybody. Meg Turney sitting at 265. Nobody here on the Hexagon squad has gotten a crown yet, and it's game number 2 or 3. Who will be the one to get themselves a little bit of distance and maybe secure that semifinals round? We're gonna find out here on game number 2 right now.
Yeah, with nobody getting that crown in the first round, really you're looking at a situation where you get 1 crown and you're good. So it is going to be interesting to see if one of these players can step up to the challenge when we see what final we end up getting. But it's also going to be interesting to see how aggressive these players do get against each other in this game, like match game right now. This is a situation where you could easily knock one of these players off and kind of end their night. And as bad as it is to say, you end another player's night, that's one less person you got to worry about.
Definitely. It will be an interesting one, Pooh. If we get into this one and we go to round number 3 of our games and nobody has a crown, then you and I are really going to be looking around at a tight game. Meg Turney making a tight turnaround to stay on that box right there. And she's going to make it through, thankfully.
She was crowd surfing over there.
That was insane.
I love it. Well, everybody qualifies. Everybody's going to move on. One of those games that not many people get dropped on. So we're going to still have a high number of contestants on this one. 32 remaining in qualifying. So could have a team-oriented game here. Could see something special on this next match.
Yeah, very interesting to see what 32 players left. I mean, you could go to Slime Climb, you could go to Team Tail Tag. That's an interesting one. Our first time we're seeing Team Tail Tag here tonight. Thankfully, only a minute 30. None of these players have really any incentive to throw right now. You think all these players are going to try, but this is a situation where you could see, you could see this team lose, and that's the show. And that's the show. And regardless of whether you're advancing, I mean, you do have to get a crown tonight to take home the grand prize. So none of these players want to miss the final.
Meg Turney going the opposite direction of the treadmill. Not a commonly seen move here, but she's doing it. And I think she's hoping that somebody's going to be using the normal side. Here comes somebody right into her way. And not going to get that. Not going to get that grab, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately not getting that one. I mean, it's not like that person wasn't right there, but they did not get that grab. I kind of do like these team games because these competitors, while they got to work together a little bit, maybe they can become friends after all this is over, after they eliminate each other for $5,000.
Exactly. Then we can squad stream together. We can laugh on a Tuesday night.
Exactly.
But,
one person's laughing on their new gold toilet, granted, but
Wavy's laughing inside of his new house is right at me.
Yeah,
but it looks like they are going to try. They are down right now. There is 30 seconds, and this is a game that will come down to about the final 15. But these two teams tied up with red and blue. Now they get a little bit of swing in their favor, but this is a very close team tail tag coming down to the final 20 seconds right now. Team Blue is our squad members. Let's see what they can do.
Tail. Come on, Meg.
Still going the opposite direction on the treadmill.
No one is coming by her with a tail, though. That's the problem. No one is actually coming by her that has a tail. Everyone down there is just.
Give me it.
This is like one of those like foolproof stats that you tell people. There you go. There you go. Right in time. Right in time.
And they will eliminate Team Red, so they are going to all 4 move on. This is a big one here, and they still have a chance for a crown between the 4 of them.
You know what? She's stuck with the strat. Sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to stick with the strat. It might not be working that first minute 25, but you don't need that first minute 25. You only need those last 5 seconds.
And she got it, Pooh. She stuck with it. She stayed on the treadmill, going the opposite way. And look at her now. She made it through. Let's see where we go now. Still a lot of competitors in this one. We're going to get Slime Climb. This is going to be an interesting one here. We've had a lot of fun tonight, is right, Pooh?
Yeah, we've seen one player go down. We've seen some very sweaty strats going on here in Slime Climb. It's going to be interesting to see how players do it. We got Distortion on the far left side, which is the dangerous side. It's a very, very dangerous side in the back. Meanwhile, Wavy in the middle, Meg getting the most favorable setup right here, and she's going to take the safe strats. And I kind of like this play right here by Meg. Just get in, get to the finals, you know, that's how you want to do it. She's got the lead right now. Don't do anything crazy. And you know what? I mean, with that being said, she's practically caught up to the front pack right now, taking these safe strats.
Very much in it. And yeah, the goal right now with everybody on such low kudos, it's all about getting the crown. Meg Turner going to get hit though. And unfortunately, she's going to have to recalibrate. We take a look over at our guy, Distortion. And Distortion, you're the best.
Yeah.
He's looking locked in.
I don't want his chat. I don't want his chat coming at me. I don't want his chat hunting you down, man.
You let him come after me. That's my bad. Right? But he looks perfect here in the burger outfit. Caveman though wants to get a little tougher right now.
What is that hunter doing? Yeah, what is that hunter doing right now? Did he just... That was a very interesting move by that hunter.
Still
very curious to what he did. Yeah, but why would that hunter go back and do that? It's just standing around.
Distortion looks perfect. Look at Wavy's move here on the edge of the slime, not actually in the slime. Haven't seen that one, Pooh. That's one I'm gonna have to add to my repertoire.
Yeah, that hunter down there is actually just griefing players right now. An NPC doing the griefing right now. Let's see if that affects any of our players. Jaywit's meanwhile going to try to avoid these balls. Megan turning. Oh no.
She wasn't even in it. Yeah, she got eliminated earlier.
She is out, so that is going to be huge for her. She's going to definitely lose her lead coming up.
This guy just locked in here. The caveman not moving anywhere. But let's take a look at our scores now. Meg Turney, our leader, has been eliminated. So the other three a chance for a crown and to get into a new placement role. But Meg, thankfully, is going to have one more game to try to keep up and try to stay alive for the semifinals.
Yeah, she's got to be disappointed in that situation. Let's go ahead and go to the bracket right now and check out where our players stand. Again, over in the semifinals already on the left side of the bracket, coming out of Jump Showdown, we had Oh Hey It's David and Deoxys Sucks. Then in the bottom half, we had Velhart and the Deezus. All four of those players have crowns right now. All of them eligible to be our grand champion. And
locked in over on that side.
Oh, yeah, it's that side. That I am very, very excited to see that side. Meanwhile, over on the right, we've got this team, this Hexagon group, going for the qualifying. 10 guys in. Are we going to see our first Fall Mountain of the night?
Oh, that's a great call right there. We have seen some good ones so far. We've seen Royal Fumble. We have seen Jump Showdown.
We've seen them all, but Fall Mountain.
We're looking for one more. Is right, Fall Mountain for the Hexagon team. Let's see what they can get. Really taking the time.
It's taking a long time. It's making me nervous. Nope, they get Hexagon right here.
Team Hexagon gets Hexagon for us to tune into. And we will keep an eye on Meg Turney just to double check and confirm she has been eliminated, but I think she was, leaving it just down to our other three competitors.
Yes, she is eliminated.
She is gone. Okay.
Yeah, she is eliminated. And you know one thing I want to point out, all three of our competitors got excited to see Hexagon. All three of our competitors got excited, which two of them are going to regret that by the end of this.
Wavy going nice and slow, but he's going to get pressured right now over by Jay Witz right here. He's going to pressure him over to blue. Wavy does get out of that. He's still riding gold, but he's got the robot Peabody right on his backside, and he's going to go all the way to purple, Pooh.
Yeah, you're going to see Wavy and now Jay Witz both down to purple. They were right on each other's back for a little while. Meanwhile, Distortion is up on gold with only two other players on gold. He eliminated one now. If he can get rid of these two players he's looking at on gold, or at least claim some space for his own, he could have a good opportunity. Meanwhile, Jay Witz drops down to that. Wavy is also going to drop down to that gold right now. And all three of our players are on the same lane. Distortion is going to miss a huge dive and miss the entire blue section. Yes, and meanwhile, you see Wavy go down from that Peabody. Jay Witz is now down to the blue as well. We got Wavy and Jay Witz on one floor above Distortion. But Distortion sees an enemy. That enemy got scared of Distortion and opted to just like yeet himself to the ground.
Take a look at this.
And he is going to take it down.
Our guy Wavy all by himself on blue and a lot of real estate to work out right now.
Has a lot of real estate. How he plays this is going to really just determine whether he gets this win or not. He can end up getting that extra like 6-7 pieces of blue right there if he finishes this on the right way.
His
So it's going to be
opponent's
very
still
curious.
on purple, so they're just one level below him. Of course, not as much real estate to work on, but they're on purple. Now you see Jay go down to gold. So both of them now are going to be on 2 levels below him. Can he get both? Can Wavy get all these blue and then
that's
jump
gonna
onto
put
purple?
distortion in the drink right there. Jaywitz is going to have a lot of gold now to work with, but he's going to opt to go down in the blue. That's going to put him in the drink as well. And now this is Wavy's game to lose. He is all alone against an NPC right now. This NPC is looking at two more. Oh, can this NPC keep going? That Peabody that he complained about earlier. Wavy gets the win, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Earned his crown. That's going to punch his way through to the second round, I believe. It's going to be hard for anyone, 2 other players to catch him right now. He has got to feel good about that win. What do you got to say about that game right there? It was kind of sweaty at first, but then you saw Distortion and Jaywitz both make some aggressive plays that ended up costing there and allowed Wavy to kind of come in and just like smooth sail on that purple section.
I think his play style fits it best, right? He was patient but aggressive, Pooh, right? We saw him at the beginning on that top row. He was just doing the jumps, and he noticed Peabody wanted to challenge him. He got a little challenging there, and then just shifted right back into first gear. You saw his face the whole time. Never had any doubt in his mind. A terrific run on Hexagon for Wavy.
Yeah, I loved seeing what Wavy did right there. That was a very sweaty match. We didn't see a lot of interaction between our players there on Hexagon. Which I thought was kind of interesting. I don't know if they were intentionally staying away from each other, but we did see a lot of interaction with the NPCs, as I like to call them, out there kind of getting in the way of our tournament winners right here. But with that being said, I mean, Wavy, you heard him curse out that Peabody there in the middle of that round when that Peabody dropped him at one time. But then the Peabody immediately dropped 2 floors right after that. So he ended up getting the better of it. Once he had that purple all to himself, it was going to be hard to catch up to Wavy right there. Yeah, he had to make a mistake, and he didn't. Got that crown.
Played perfect. Now we turn our eyes to our final 3, right? Wavy, we can assume, punches a ticket into the semifinals for Team Hexagon. We look at Meg Turney, who got eliminated early there in the slime climb. Jaywitz, who played well, and Distortion. He's locked in. What's the goal here out of these 3? Distortion. Why am I keep messing it up? I'm trying, Pooh. I'm trying.
Chat, I think
somebody wrote me the wrong one. That's right. I think Pooh gave me the wrong name. That's why.
Yeah, I did. I did it.
I gotta get out of it somehow, Pooh. I gotta get out of it.
I gotta gift the man 5 subs after this just to apologize for you.
You have to.
Here. No, but we talk about this right here again. One of the greatest speedrunners that's ever lived. Methodical playstyle. And I think you really saw it right there. He very much wanted to get his own space, and anytime he didn't have it, he kind of just adjusted to look for it right there. It ended up costing him as he tried to make a big move to get it at the end. But I don't know if he'd play that any different.
No costume change. He said his favorite costume is a hot dog. He's rocking the hamburger. Interesting move here. I thought he would maybe change it up on this final game of our 3-game series and see if he can lock in with the hot dog. But we do know Wavy's sitting pretty at 1,400. Everybody else at 6. 595 and 760. So looking good here, but it's anybody's game between these final 3.
Anybody's game right now. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And this is a huge, like we've talked about it. DoorDash can be a make or break level, honestly, because it is a very RNG heavy level. Where does your bean bounce in the big collective of people, Can Meg Turney get through this line? Meg Turney is actually she's in danger right now.
She's going to have a tight window right now.
Jaywitz is also in danger to not qualify. Meg gets in, though. Jaywitz is out. I believe that's going to eliminate him from our competition. And you know what? That's just how DoorDash goes sometimes. Like, what are you going to do? Let's go to Jaywitz's profile right here before we leave him, because this is a great man. He's finished top 8 in Pokemon trading card games before for the Nationals. I like his play style. You play to win the game. You play to win the game. His favorite top, the rookie top, the rookie top and bottom, I call it the try-hard suit. Loves the slime climb, performed well in slime climb, unfortunately not able to get it done there in DoorDash, and that is going to be the end of him for the night.
Yeah, unfortunate for him.
But please follow Jaywitz. Follow all these streamers out here that are going. They're all streaming on their own channel right now. Just give them all the love you can. Please go drop poo loves in Jaywitz's chat right now. He's a great player. I know he's going to be disappointed in that performance tonight. Hopefully we'll see him in future FallManias.
Turning our eyes to Meg Turney and Distortion too right now. Right now. It is on rollout. Do you get aggressive, Pooh?
If I'm Distortion, I am hunting down Meg like deeply. And if I'm Meg, I'm hunting down Distortion. That would be my #1 priority right now. I mean, honestly, Distortion's in a situation where he could murder suicide Meg and be good, you know, and he's in. I don't know if he knows that. I don't know if he's aware of where the standings are at. Wavy, I think, is going to kind of just be a he's going to emote over there and just kind of abstain from any sort of violence. But if I'm these players, I'm definitely headhunting the other one, 100%, no doubt. You have an opportunity to end it right here. Why not?
Well, unfortunately, they're on 2 different sides of the rollout map right now, so they are definitely not going to see each other anytime soon here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these rollout games go, especially in the finals, as people start to break out, because eliminating a player in rollout is not only fun for everyone, but it's going to be very, very effective in this format.
Looking good right now. Wavy's sitting pretty, not really worried about it. He's keeping it calm, cool. Now, you see a lot of different playstyles on rollout, right? Some people just tend to stick to 2 different rollers here. Some people go all the way across the map. What do you like to do here, Pooh, as you take a look at rollouts?
So for me personally, what I like to do is I'm a very, very aggressive rollout player. I'm trying to eliminate players. I'm worried about my kill-death ratio in rollout. If anyone's ever watched me, I'm basically just waiting for someone to, you know, cut across that gap. Like if Meg, I was on the same gap as Meg, I would have pushed her in right there. You know, if someone gets just a little bit close to that gap, I'm pushing you in. And that's how I like to play rollout. It ends it really early and make sure I'm not going to make any more mistakes. Because as you see right now, this rollout game is going on for a long time and nobody is getting eliminated. We're stuck here at 15 out of 16.
Here he goes.
Whew. And I don't like to risk rollout. I want to be the aggressor. If I go down on rollout, I want it to be because I was fighting hard, not because something bad happened.
I like it, Pooh. You take it out there, you put it all on yourself. I like to go hide on my favorite 2 rollers, and I try not to touch anybody, try not to bump into anybody, and I just want to get through all the time. So
you just try,
all 3 of these will get through.
Try to be safe.
Exactly. But we're keeping our eye right now.
I just want to warn you, Mike. I just want to warn you, Mike. Chat is rooting hard for desolation or defragmentation.
Yeah, I have a dissertation
or just
to write
reputation.
Tonight. Yeah, they're all over me tonight. I see you, chat, and I respect it because we're here to have fun with FallMania by GrandPooBear. Of course, Fall Guys on your screen. Distortion 2 is locked in. He's going to become my new favorite player to watch of the night if he can get through. But it's going to be down to between him and Meg Turney. I'll never live this down, but that's half the fun of the internet, y'all. Let's get into it.
Oh, you see him right there, too. Distortion just made a beautiful dodge of 2 mangoes, as I'm going to call them.
But
gets taken out by that watermelon.
Meg Turney trying to make her way over on the right-hand side. So everybody kind of separated here. Distortion, no problem as he gets up and over this. Only 14 players can make it, though.
It's hit by that apple right at the end.
Meg Turney might not make this, Pooh. She's going to have to lock in as there's going to be 1 spot left, and she's out.
Distortion also got eliminated. Both Distortion and Meg both eliminated right there in the fruit chute. That leaves Wavy alone. It is going to come down to kudos between Distortion and Meg. Did not see that coming. I did not see that coming at all. You saw that apple just clipped, or that it was an orange that clipped Distortion's hamburger head right there at the end, right as he was about to go in. Meanwhile, Wavy is going to be able to do a victory lap here. Try to get his 2nd crown in a Fall Mountain, a solo Fall Mountain with Wavy. Let's see how he handles this. He's going to start in the front row as well. We're all rooting for Wavy.
Wow.
We're all rooting for him to get the 2nd crown here.
Wild is right. Let's see what Wavy can do.
I cannot believe it came down to that. We're going to have to go to the kudos. It's going to be deathly close between Distortion and Meg Turney.
We're going to have to count them up here, but let's just focus on Wavy going up this right side. Gets through the first gate, no problem. Got somebody right on his tail, though, and he's going to run into that for the 2nd wall. That guy's not
How
gonna
did
get hit
that
by a
guy not
ball.
ragdoll?
Oh, both are just
this man in front of him.
here.
Oh, let's see if Wavy's going to go with any grab strats.
Can he get through?
Let's see if he's
They
going
both
grab
get through.
strats. Oh, he ragdolled right there. He's going to wish he grabbed. He's going to wish he grabbed early.
Crown
This
is
is a
gonna go
great
down.
cycle
No
for the
problem for this guy.
crown. Oh, it's a bad crown cycle. Wavy comes in.
Oh, well.
And it grabbed the player.
That's all right.
It grabbed the
I
player.
grabbed him. I was like,
He can just smile and nod on that one. Thankfully, he is punching his ticket into the semifinals. He was doing it for all of you out there in chat. And, man, that couldn't have been another. That's going to be a not top 10 play right there, grabbing that other player in the air.
Oh, he like did a 360 and grabbed the player. It was oh, that's got to be so disappointing. Thinking you just made a great move to blow by him. You're gonna get the bottom of the crown. You just like just snag the player out of the air. Oh, that was
Well, while we
spectacular.
wait for them to add up kudos,
Wow.
let's talk about that moment, right, Pooh? Because a lot of our viewers out there will get caught in that situation where you get to the final phase of Fall Mountain and you have to make a choice. Are you going to stand still? Are you running backwards then forward to get momentum? How do we look at that and say, hey, in a pro play scenario to get you to the next level, this is what you need to do?
Yeah, I mean, I think Wavy made the right call. I think he made a little bit of a big circle, but I think you want to do essentially like a circle because you want to have your momentum going forward because it does give you just a slightly higher jump and you want to be slightly higher in that situation. What I really like to do when there's 2 or 3 people in there is I like to try to grab literally the bottom of the crown. I like to try to time it where I'm grabbing the bottom of the crown. That seemed to be what's worked out best for me in experience, but you know, everyone's going to have their own strategy in a 50-50 situation like that. So
No doubt. Well, team or group Hexagon, I should call it, all 4 right here, very close. Of course, we do know that Wavy will move on, but between the 3, it's going to come down to just kudos. So you're taking a look at your bottom left over there. We just got done with group Hexagon. We'll look at Royal Fumble in just a moment, but it's going to come down to kudos between Meg Turney and Distortion 2. I almost messed it up
Oh
again,
my
but
God.
I got it this time, baby. And if he goes on, that's going to be the goal of the night for me. I'm locked in.
I think Distortion was up about 100 before going in, so it is going to come down to medals. We're going to see where everyone stands. We got our final group coming up in just a minute with your two pugs, Fiend, and oh my gosh, our final competitor in that, which is super embarrassing here that it's slipping my mind. But that's going to be a hot, sweaty group. Andy, Angry Pug, Fiend, and Big Cheese Kit. Oh my, how did I forget about Big Cheese Kit?
Yeah, we got to talk about Big Cheese, right?
Yeah, let's talk about Big Cheese Kit right here. His play style, all he does is win, no matter what, which I love. You know, Big Cheese Kit too, and it's something he really wanted to mention. Big Cheese Kit actually had a stroke earlier this month, but he still has more wins than Tim the Tap Man. In fact, he's got more wins than most players out there. Big Cheese Kit is a monster at this game. I was watching him earlier. Very, very patient on the Hexagon. Very, very like able to kind of get his own space and keep it, but like he recognizes how to get out of bad situations really well, which I really, really like. He's going to be one of the most interesting players here today in this final bracket.
Well, we're gonna
as you see, we're catching these guys up at the end of round 1 right now. We're in the final in Jump Showdown, and we got Dragon Feeney versus Angry Pug, essentially, or no, Andy, Dragon Feeney, and Angry Pug, all on different platforms right now, I believe. No, Angry Pug and Dragon Fiend are now the same platform. We have a 3-way battle right now for this crown right here. One of our players is going to earn a crown right now and take a commanding lead. What a competition to jump into. Holy God.
Couldn't ask for a better one right now. Of course, Andy does have some great placement being by himself. We'll see if these two start to get a little grabby on the platform right next to each other. As of right now, they're not touching each other. Angry Pug looks a little odd on Feeney's screen, but he's locked in over on his screen. Make sure to take a look at your favorite competitor of our 3 still in it.
Oh!
And Fiend will go down.
Fiend just gets caught up by the bad cycle, and now we have the battle of the pugs right here. Angry Pug versus Andy. Twitch.tv/Andy versus Twitch.tv/Angry Pug. One of these players is going to get a crown and put themselves in a tough to take over position to go to round 2.
Yeah, we're at the point now where these two swinging arms are going to be spinning very fast, right? I know that Angry Pug loves to do it for his audience. He loves to entertain, but there's no entertaining now. You are locked in for the win. You got to get one. And, of course, Andy looking just fine in his tutu over there with his golden jelly bean alongside Angry Pug, who really hasn't messed up at all. Both of these guys perfect so far.
The one thing I'll say is that the pattern seems to be favoring Andy a little bit over Angry Pug. Angry Pug's getting a few more of these tough jumps, but, you know, just as I say that, it looks like that momentum's shifting, and it doesn't matter because these bars are just going so fast that both players are going
the distance. This is not stopping right now. This is incredible.
I don't know if I've ever seen it go this fast.
Well, Twitch chat, just keep spamming it up. Throw your favorite
Andy!
And there goes Andy.
Takes it down. Angry Pug is going to get your first crown. points to the crowd, gives it up. Commanding lead right now. Oh,
Incredible right there.
All right.
Game number 1, we jump right into Jump Showdown with our new foursome here.
let's see.
And everybody's just got to take a moment and clap it up because it was awesome.
Yeah, let's see how these kudos shake out, and then we'll head over to the bracket to see what the finals of our last group. Dragon Feeney 580 kudos, 1210 over there for our boy Angry Pug. Only 545 for Andy, actually, despite being in that last round. You see that extra gold medal over there for Dragon Feeney.
Exactly.
That is going to be huge for her. I am putting her in second place. Wow, what a game to jump in there on our final group of the night. I mean, talk about
Trying to
sweaty.
just talk about them.
Yeah, talk about
Exactly.
sweaty. Like, we had our 3 players in the finals doing Jump Showdown for about 5 minutes right there. Like, what? I mean, what do you got to say about these competitors right off the bat?
Well, when I look at it, this fits their play style, right? Aggressively trolling others, wins with fingers crossed, aggressive, and all I do is win. That's what I wanted to see from the 4 of them right there. It was a fun match, and it came down to who can be patient, who can read the camera angle, and who can jump at the right moment. And the 2 Pug brothers just battled it out. I couldn't ask for a better situation.
Yeah, I kind of hope we see another Jump Showdown come down between Andy and Angry Pug again, because that was super fun. Again, Angry Pug getting that crown. He is going to be eligible for our 5K grand prize. Again, you got to win at least 1 crown on the night to go home a winner. You can't go home a winner on just kudos alone. You got to get 1 crown of the night. As we go over to our bracket, you can see that Distortion 2 was able to hold off Meg Turney by about 200 kudos right there and advance into that semifinals. You know, I got to think that Distortion 2 was pretty disappointed in the way he played in that first round. And I wouldn't want to be going against an angry Distortion 2. He also knows you've been mispronouncing his name all night, so that is not going to
be on me.
That is not going to make him happy. Let's go. Someone just said, let's go Despacito in chat.
Yeah, Despacito. Now, let's be honest with each other right now. Of course, as you said, I've already poked the bear by mispronouncing his name. He goes into the semifinals. Out of all 6 of our competitors in, he is the 6th and 1 person that doesn't have a crown already on the night. So a big one for him to keep in mind in the semifinals and finals. He has to somehow find a way to get a crown here. Yeah. He does want to be eligible for that 5K.
And it's certainly not going to get any easier as the competitors, you know, ramp up. It's not going to get any easier to get these crowns. These crowns are going to be tough to get. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how, if the NPCs end up benefiting as the level of play gets higher and higher as we go on through the rounds. Like, are these players going to be taking each other out to the point where the NPCs are going to be able to get a few crowns in there?
Yeah, we
don't
haven't
want
seen
any
anybody
NPC
get
wins.
too aggressive towards each other, right?
Yeah.
We've seen everybody kind of play a fair game. Everybody's been in it to win it. Everybody's been having fun, but it will pick up, right? We've talked about this party night that we're having here on twitch.tv/GrandPooBear for FallMania, but eventually it's going to get a little more competitive. When will that moment be? Semifinals, finals. Who's going to be the one to start it? Because once somebody starts it, there's no going back.
Yeah, once the grabby happens, it's like that can of worms is open, you know? We also haven't seen anyone, you know, sit out a team game yet. I think these times are going to happen. No one's made the list yet. It's been very, very friendly competition so far, but I have to think as we go on, that's going to end.
As we take a look right now, Angry Pug over here with the Fall Mountain squad, sitting very well. No, my apologies right now. That is actually going to be... Which team are we on? Royal Fumble squad. So he's got his win. He's looking good. Andy took a bitter loss along with Feeney right there. So these two are going to want to get in. We're looking for Big Cheese to step up, though.
Yeah.
Big Cheese is my guy.
Yeah, Big Cheese Kit is going to want to, he's going to want to go as far as he can. He's the only player that didn't make the finals in the last round. So he's going to be down on kudos. He knows that this round, he's not even just looking to make the finals. He knows this round, he wants to get that W. As you see him go through Whirligig, all of our players right now having a pretty decent time on Whirligig, except Andy does miss that middle route. And that looks like it might allow... Oh, Angry Pug misses it well.
Got hit.
Oh, Andy goes down, actually. So
yeah,
that looks
Andy
like
was
it's going to allow...
down the side.
We got Andy, Big Cheese Kit, and Dragon Feeney all crossing the finish line at about the same time right now.
No problems at all for those guys. Of course, a good showing there for Big Cheese right now. We want to see him in this one. Andy having a little bit of a struggle there right in the front, but everybody's going to make it through, no problem. They all can take a deep breath and continue to compete now.
Yeah, Big Cheese Kit's in there. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first game winner, Angry Pug, right now. who again got that crown in one of the longest jump showdowns I think I've ever seen here in this game. Angry Pug, you might know him from Dead by Daylight. You might remember him from H1Z1. You might remember him from different first-person shooters. But Angry Pug right here is been a high-level player at a multitude of games, and Fall Guys is no different. He loves to aggressively troll others, and you do see that. You do see that as he plays. I'm really excited to see what he says. Favorite minigame is Tiptoe. Now, I think that's a pretty controversial pick.
Yeah,
right?
The only person out of our 16 to say Tiptoe, GrandPooBear. Very interesting selection there.
Yeah, it's very, very curious that he likes Tiptoe. Tiptoe is one that can get a lot of players, and we talked about it earlier. It is a very important game here tonight because it's a very easy game to fail. It's a very easy game to get a gold medal in. So if you can do either one of those things are going to make a huge difference. And to see that he prefers Tiptoe is a very interesting thing. Now let's see if Pug chooses to sit this one out right here.
No, he's an entertainer.
He's going to play.
In his notes, I've been streaming for 6 years, but I put being an entertainer above being a competitor. So you're going to know he's going to go out there and put you on a show. He's not going to let you sit there for a minute and a half doing nothing.
I like that. I like that. Playing Hoarders, trying to help the team, trying to get everyone in. We do have a rule, ladies and gentlemen. If it would be advantageous for the players to throw a team game, they can just choose to abstain from the game. They can't do anything to hurt their team, but they can just choose to abstain from the game. We wish there was a better way to solve it, but there really isn't. But so far, none of our players have opted to do that. They have all gone with the honorable competitor system, which I respect.
I respect that is right, Pooh Bear. Now we're playing Hoarders, too. First time we've seen Hoarders in the night, and this is a game similar to the tail tag situation that could just change in a blink of an eye in those final couple seconds.
Yeah.
Red team doing well so far with our 4, holding on to 4 balls, but this could change in a moment.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those games that's it's never over till it's over. I have a pretty famous clip of me emoting as I think we're celebrating a win, and we lose with 1 second left. It's one of those games that's just definitely like anything can happen, and the way these balls bounce is so interesting. The thing about Hoarders compared to Fall Ball is the way the sun is hitting the arena is completely different. So the shadows, you can't rely on the shadows to get those really nice timed hits.
Exactly.
And that causes a lot of chaos in Hoarders.
It looks like they're all going to qualify, so all 4 will continue to move on. Angry Pug sitting pretty at 12-10 right now. Andy with 545. Big Cheese Kit. I'm not sure if that number is correct, but GrandPooBear, he has 1 kudo. 1 kudo to his name over there.
Don't think that's accurate. I think we're going to have to go back and get his kudos. I can't think that's accurate unless there was a disconnect situation of some sort.
Yeah, I don't think I think you get 16 kudos if you just stand there and let the game happen without you. So 1 is an interesting number there, but either way, he is playing from behind with the other 2, Dragon Feeney and Andy. So he's got to play big right now.
We will figure it out. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that taken care of. Don't worry. And we come in right here to Jump Showdown's little brother Jump Club. This is an interesting level because it is one where you could see some NPCs get grabby. You could get hit by a flying NPC, and there's nothing you can do about it. You're just gonna ragdoll off the entire place. So I'm gonna see how these players opt to play it. It looks like Fiend is running with the green bar. Angry Pug runs against the green bar, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, everybody's playing a little bit different play style, which I like to see. Of course, everybody's so unique and different, but you're seeing Feeney run with the bar, Angry Pug running against it. You see Big Cheese Kid. He's just going to sit there representing the beta skin. I respect that one right there. The cool crash test dummy. And Andy just owning his zone right now. So everybody playing a little bit different right now. Positive thing, 9 out of 11 people have already been eliminated. All 4 are looking good. This green bar is going to swing a little bit faster every rotation. So you don't want to be those final 2. Looks like they will qualify down at our bottom.
Oh,
and there goes Angry Pug.
Oh, so Angry Pug.
He qualified.
Wow, that was almost very bad for Angry Pug. Even though he has that crown, he definitely wants to kind of solidify this. If he just makes the finals right now, he's probably safe. But that was sketchy right there. And you can see it. You can see the relief on his face. He thought he was out.
Yeah, he was a little worried right there. I don't even think he knew he qualified. Is right.
Yeah, he just realized it.
Oh, he's stunned. Well, there he is. He's
Okay,
gonna
you
continue
can
on.
curse
He's not
on
out now.
FallMania. We're cool with it, you know? It's a party.
He's not out. We're gonna go over to the ring team right now. Everybody on the same squad, repping the yellow. And let's see. Looks like Angry Pug will play this one. He's not gonna sit this one out. Wants to keep playing. Wants to keep entertaining. And that will allow the other three to really take a deep breath and say, okay, let's get through this into the next round right now.
Oh man, that was great. Yeah, what is your power ranking of team games here, Mike?
Team games. Ooh, that's a great question right there.
Give me your power ranking of team games.
Fall ball up at number 1. I think everybody loves playing soccer, right?
Fair.
And then I'm going to go over to here for the hoops right now. I like hoops at number 2. Team high score of 70. What's your high score right now, Pooh, on this?
We
squad?
got 70. This is kind of interesting because I've been trying since the game's come out to get a even 69 score. And the last 2 days I've had scores of 70, 71, and 72.
Strong scores.
I've never got a 69 though for some reason. We just passed right by it. Yeah.
Can't stop right there. Is right.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna move on when we talk about team ones. Jinxed is one that people really talk about. You either hate it or you love it. I actually am on the side of I love it a lot more than Team Tail Tag and some other the other team games. I do like Jinxed a lot. I think it can change at a moment's notice. Then we're gonna go to Hoarders and then of course Team Tail Tag. I believe rounds out all of our team games if I'm not forgetting.
Where's Egg? Where's Egg Scramble in that?
Oh, Egg Scramble's middle of the road. I like Egg. A little too long.
I think Egg Scramble is a little. I mean, Egg Scramble's hard because I think the big problem with Egg Scramble is just the picking on the losing team. You know, like it's rough. I mean, when there's two teams just start picking on one, there's just nothing you can do about it. But I've noticed that the Egg Scramble's been getting a lot more fun lately. You know, it's been getting a little bit sweatier. As we see right here, this yellow team just absolutely slaying it. 60, 61. 62. How much time is left here? How much time do we have?
Can they make it to 70? Will they touch 69 maybe here on FallMania?
Oh, they went right past it.
70.
There it is, 70 to finish it. That's a very high score. If your team scores over 70, you are locked and loaded.
I like. If you hear Dragon Feeny right now, she just blamed Andy for getting that final one. You know, to put it at 70. I like that. Blaming Andy. You know, and that's the one thing I do love about team games in FallMania. If I lose them, it was my teammates' fault. It was never my fault. I played great. It's always my teammate's fault. Yeah.
I didn't know what his name was pronounced like. I'm blaming it on Pooh. I'm blaming it on my teammate. There it goes. Hexagon, though, right now.
As we see, I think my favorite part about Hexagon is you see all 4 players get excited about Hexagon, ladies and gentlemen. But not all 4 are going to be happy by the end of this. We got another game of Hexagon right now. Big Cheese Kit is who we're going to follow because he is the one who needs this win more than anyone. He's got the beta skin on right now. Him and Fiend right now battling
just
for the same space.
Each other's hip.
Yes, and Big Cheese Kit gets ragdolled. You're not going to want to see that. All the way down to the purple and immediately followed by 2 toucans who also got ragdolled. Very lucky to avoid them. Meanwhile, you got Dragon Feeny also on the bottom as well, on the purple as well. And you're going to see Angry Pug right above them. There's 2 tomatoes, so we're gonna have to make sure we avoid calling the other one Angry Pug. But Big Cheese Kit right now running out of purple. He makes a beautiful dive right there. He's gonna go to this yellow. He's gonna get to that big space of yellow, ladies and gentlemen.
And he just waved goodbye to Andy, who drops down to blue as well.
Yeah, that is huge. And meanwhile, you have Angry Pug on blue. You've got both Dragon Feeny. Oh no, Dragon Feeny is now your highest player with a whole lot of yellow out there and 2 players fighting each other.
Gotta be careful of that. Oh, he missed it.
He missed that jump, and that's going to allow Dragon Feeny to take just a little bit more yellow space. She is sharing it with that chicken right down there, but she's going to go ahead and opt down, and she's going to try to cut Andy off. Andy and Dragon Feeny are in a race right now. They are trying to cut each other off. Andy is going to get the slightly better hand out of that, but both players taking each other out. All 4 players now down to the purple, 2 players down to the yellow already.
Dragon Feeny had a bad one.
On the blue right now, ladies and gentlemen. She is going to start moving to the jumps, but she is getting tracked down by a baseball pigeon right there, who falls in the drink. That is going to be our first player eliminated. Dragon Feeny does have a lot of blue. Big Cheese Kit is on the other side, and he is going to claim this space to himself. But right as I say that, Andy meets him, and Andy is going to try and get away, and that is going to be the end of Andy.
All right. Well,
meanwhile, you've got Angry Pug making a move. He falls in. Now it is down to Big Cheese Kit, who also falls in right there. That is not going to do it. We have Dragon Feeny against an
blast
NPC
again.
right here. The
There he
NPC has a lot of space, but that goes down. Dragon Feeny gets the win. She has a crown. She is freaking out right now, ladies and gentlemen. She is now eligible for the $5,000 prize, and that moves her into possibly first place in this bracket right now. You see the excitement on her face. She just outlasted 3 competitors with 4 gold medals out of that round. Wow, that is going to be our highest kudos score we've seen in the night from Dragon Feeny right there, ladies and gentlemen.
The patience was there. The gameplay was perfect from Dragon Fiend. She never got thrown off. She played her game. And the best part about this, Pooh, we always talk about fun here and having a good time with your friends. Look at the emotion. Look at the joy, right? The best part about playing Hex is seeing those people around you when they win that, how much energy, all of the effort that was put out, and then the payback to win is so great. It gives you goosebumps to think about.
That was an amazing round too. I mean, you saw at one point you thought Angry Pug just had it locked down. He had a whole group of space to himself, but he wasn't paying attention to that blue below him. That cost him getting that second crown. Now Angry Pug's actually in a situation where he's gonna have to play this out. He's gonna have to play really well as he goes on right here, because if a third player gets a crown, he could easily catch him. Dragon Feeny, though, with those gold medals she just got, I think might be safe. That was a huge 1,200 point round for her. That's gonna put her in a very commanding lead right now. Very impressive play.
That's going to be some of the highest numbers of kudos that we're going to see tonight that you can earn in one round, right? We've been looking at, if you don't win the crown, you're anywhere between 200 to 400, maybe 500 if you're pushing it. But really, once you get that crown, it's going to take you up above 1,000. 1,200 is a nice number to sit at, especially heading into the final round right now.
Yeah, she has to be feeling great. You see that heart rate pumping. You see all the excitement from her. And it came down to her and an NPC. She just made the moves, man. I mean, she just never panicked, like you said. She stayed away from people, got her own space, but she took out people when she needed to. That was a wonderful hexagon there from Dragon Feeny.
Yeah, let's look at our 2 other competitors now that need some kudos, need a win, right? You saw Andy there. Andy had some unfortunate situations on 2 of the drops there. He just kind of got bounced off on one ragdoll, couldn't make the second jump after getting tied up, and poor Andy there really now has to fit his play style. You have to play aggressive here, Andy, and find a way to get this crown along with Big Cheese Kid as well.
Yeah, and neither one of them are out of it by any means right now. You see Andy right here. He plays aggressive, and I can confirm that. Andy plays everything aggressive. He's known for being one of the greatest Legend of Zelda Link to the Past players of all time. He's probably, arguably, the greatest Legend of Zelda Link to the Past randomizer player of all time. So he knows how to think on the fly. He knows how to adjust. And that's really translated to his Fall Guys being high level. I have to think he's a bit disappointed so far in his 2 second-place finishes, though, here.
Yeah, this is the moment now. Game number 3, Angry Pug at 1,685. Dragon Feeny up at 1,790. So we're going to be looking at Big Cheese and Andy right now to somehow find a way to get back into this, and they have to have a crown really to make a push here.
If you guys could get me Big Cheese Kit's, like a clip of Big Cheese Kit, we can get his, I can get his kudos over to production. If you guys can just get me some clips of it, we'll make it happen. Yeah, give Kid his points, right? I say, hey, hashtag give Kid his points. That's what we're all talking about. Hashtag give
this
Kid
man
his
points is right now. But here we are.
His video has covered his kudos. His video is blocking his kudos.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love it. We'll get that afterwards. No
I hope he has
deal.
some screenshots of that.
But he needs to play big right now. He needs a crown. We got down to the final run here through DoorDash, and I believe everybody's in. Looking pretty good to me on that one. I think everybody's made it through.
Well, we're gonna try. I hope he's got screenshots of it, baby. I hope you got screenshots of it. We need to get him in.
Yeah. These 4 players looking to go to the semifinals to see Wavy and Distortion 2. Got that name right that time. I had to practice it again. But
we might have to, we might have to go from his get it from his kudos count at the beginning to kudos count at the end. We'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Don't worry, guys.
Let's tell Big Cheese Kid to focus in, right? We want to see
we'll
a
tell
good
him to
game right
focus
now.
in. Yeah.
Let's not get him too worried here,
Not worry. Don't worry, Big Cheese. You know what? Get this crown, Big Cheese.
Yeah,
then we'll worry about it. We get this crown, it's not gonna matter. We get this crown, and Big Cheese will be good.
Front left row right now, going out.
He doesn't have to worry about it. Yeah,
middle.
he's got a good start.
Got a great start. Let's get through and let's get to the finale for this big guy right now.
Yeah, if you're in go to Big Cheese chat. Tell him he's all good. We will take care of it. Just get this crown.
Get this crown right now. And he's looking good over there with the beta skin. Like I said, of course, if you participated in the Fall Guys beta, you can rock this crash test dummy jelly bean look. And it's pretty cool. It's very unique. Pooh, you're coming from a background of you own every single jelly bean costume except for one full costume, a top and a bottom, I believe.
I own every costume that's been offered to me so far, except for the Half-Life Alex costume, which was the first special one offered. But I was like, oh, this is ugly. It's not worth 10 crowns. Little did I know that,
You'd be swimming in the crowns.
Well, you know what? I was, but the last couple days I've been practicing for Twitch Rivals. We've been playing a lot of group games, which have caused a few extra L's to give up to our group. The crown game's caught up to me. I'm crown poor now. You know what I mean? I need to get those. I need to get crown rich again. So
like 3 less jumps.
I love it.
Big
Big Cheese will get through on that one, so that's good. I believe Andy's through. Maybe not on that one. That might still be him. No, he is watching. So looks like everybody has made their way through this one. So we will continue on. And of course, the Dragon Feeny and Angry Pug looking solid right now. But these two with a crown could very much be in a kudos race right now.
Oh yeah, it's none of these players want to let up on the gas. All these players are going to want to get gold medals. There is a situation if we see a teammate as we go and look at Dragon Feeny right now. Dragon Feeny, by the way, just played in the Mario Maker 2 Invitational at E3 last year.
Yeah,
before the game even came out. You were there?
Yeah, I watched it live. It was a very cool situation.
It was awesome. Yeah, she's one of the greatest female Mario Maker players in the world, if not one of the best. Period. She's incredible. She's got a streak of over 2,000 levels on Endless Expert right now.
Wow.
She's insane, and she's bringing those skills to Fall Guys. Her playstyle with fingers crossed, I don't think she needs to do that, considering we just saw her get that crown on that Hexagon. She loves the fish and T-Rex color, which she's rocking right now. The
great
fish
combo
pattern with the T-Rex color. I love to see it. It's cute. The one thing it does, though, it makes her stand out, which as this night goes on and these guys start stream sniping, who knows if you want to stand out, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be standing out. So we'll see where that goes for.
And my favorite one, she eats pizza on Fridays. Pooh, everybody loves a pizza Friday. Come on
every
now.
Friday. She eats pizza every single Friday.
Well, here we are going into Fruit Shoot right now. We saw in the last match that this kind of ruined poor Meg Turney right here. So let's see if these guys can get through. And a couple over on the left, only one on the right. That's Big Cheese over on the right-hand side. And he has avoided the watermelon. Looking good right now. Dragon Fiend and Andy up in the front over on the left. And Angry Pug right there in the mix. He's already got a crown, but he doesn't want to lose up on this lead.
All players getting in there. Andy, though, getting a very important gold crown. Or a gold medal. He's going to need that because if he gets a crown anyway, it is going to come down to kudos.
Yeah, 17 people will qualify in this, so we should have one more game here. I think we're a little bit too big for a Hex showdown, so we're probably going to have one more match right now.
Oh, man. You got to be feeling the pressure right now if you're Big Cheese and Andy. Knowing you don't just have to get to the finals. You have to get the W.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's pressure on everybody right now. Of course, GrandPooBear, because when you look at the other two, right? Yeah, they got the crowns, but the kudos is going to come tight. If one of these bottom two do get a crown, it's going to become a numbers game. So I think for these two, they're feeling the pressure as well to say, hey, we do have to stay in control right now. It's not a given.
I'll just knock off the camera next time.
Let's see what they give us here. 27 players, a block party.
That's my fault.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. This is an interesting one right here because you could do some grabby action. You could try to get rid of someone. Dragon Feeny is who I would look at. If Dragon Feeny could somehow get Angry Pug to go in the drink right now, that would solidify her advancing. She does have the 105-point kudos lead right now. So will Dragon Feeny play a little bit aggressive, specifically against Angry Pug?
She grabbing a couple.
Immediately goes after Andy, which is pretty funny.
She seems to be emoting. I think she's just going to want to slide by through this one. It doesn't look like anybody's getting too aggressive, making a play. NPCs seem pretty calm as well. And this is one you got to keep an eye on right here, where everybody's got to get in a single file line. Sometimes can have some fun. Here's my favorite, though, Pooh. The box right here. This will get you out of the game quickly.
I love the boxes. I hope if they do another block party in season 2, they do a lot more of those boxes and kind of camouflage them even better, you know. One thing I do love about Block Party too is that you can get different patterns. You can get a different first cycle, second cycle, and third cycle pattern, which does keep Box Party a bit more fresh compared to some other games. Let's see if any of these players opt to do. There is a glitch where if you can stand on this wood plank, you can actually ride all the way to the island. I don't know if any of these players are going to opt to do it in this particular event because it is a little dangerous. But damn, is it cool and full of swag. So I'm going to hope throughout the night. Velhart might be my guy to do it if anyone's going to do it.
We'll see. Maybe they're listening to the broadcast. Game 3 of 3. I don't think they're going to do it on this one.
I don't think so.
But we'll
here,
see
yeah.
if anybody tries to do something wild here. 20 seconds remaining. Everybody's still locked in. Single file jump is going to be clear. And we're on the final move right here, the finale. And thankfully, it's not the popsicle sticks, Boo, which
not
sometimes
the
can get a little tight.
Not the zigzag. This one is going to be the safest one, the safest Block Party end. You don't see a lot of people eliminated on this one, whereas the zigzag and the popsicle sticks do take a grip of people out generally. But that is going to eliminate 4 people, which is going to bring us down to 11 players, or sorry, 6 players total, I believe, got eliminated. We're going down to 11, it looks like. Am I adding that up right? No, 12 we have left.
Looks like 12 couple people quit out, so 12.
Yeah.
This is going to be an interesting one here. We've seen all of them, I believe, right? We've seen a Fall Mountain now, so we've seen all the finales that we could get. Let's see what we get with 12 people remaining now.
It is
X.
Hexagon again, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody's still got to compete.
Man.
Nobody's a guarantee right now.
If you hear Angry Pug right now, he knows what he needs to do. He knows he needs to beat Andy. That's what Angry Pug's needs to do. So it's gonna be very curious to see if Angry Pug's gonna target Andy at all or Big Cheese hit. It's
Three of them
Big
just
Cheese
banged into each other there.
Oh, that is, you don't want to have that happen if you're Big Cheese. I feel horrible for him to get that ragdoll situation. That's Hexagon though, man. Hexagon, you ragdoll and you're going down an extra step. And
Yeah, I think that's the fun of it.
Yeah, Angry Pug is going to go right to the jumps. Dragon Feeney getting down to that blue now, finally. All these players dropping down to purple. Dragon Feeney's got a little extra blue, but you see these players are definitely bunching up this game. They're all at each other's throats. Andy barely holds on to that gold. He's got a lot of gold
Dragon
to work with
Fiend
now.
and Angry Pug are attached at the hip on purple. Dragon Fiend, unfortunately, cannot get through that. She'll go down a level. And looking like Big Cheese and Dragon Fiend are on the same one. Andy and Angry Pug, I believe, are one level up on
nice
gold above them. So they're looking good. Andy really's got to play big right now if he wants to punch his ticket.
That was actually a huge move right there. If you just saw Angry Pug grabbed Andy and caused him to fall. Meanwhile, Andy causes Angry Pug to fall. They both go down to gold. These two players almost griefing each other and taking each other out. Angry Pug goes in the drink, and now he does not control his own destiny. All he can do is watch. Big Cheese also goes down in the drink. Andy, ladies and gentlemen, is on the gold. And Andy gets the win. We have 3 players with crowns in this. 3 different players with crowns.
Shit.
It is going to come down to the kudos, ladies and gentlemen. How is this going to play out?
You couldn't have asked for a better situation to end round number 1. Our finale team right here, the Royal Fumble Squad. Let's give some love to Big Cheese Kit before we get into the big 3 right now. Big Cheese Kit, you played phenomenal. Just unfortunate.
He was in the final, in those finals and those hexagons. I mean, it was there's no shame, and the other players got crowns. There's no shame that we play a 4th game. Big Cheese Kit probably gets a crown the way it's going. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it shook out. Again, everyone go follow Big Cheese Kit. He is the man. He's awesome. He's got a great stream, great entertainer, great dancer. I want to mention that.
Okay.
Everyone go follow Big Cheese Kit. Give him a big GG on the night. Like there's no shame in what happened. Give Big Cheese Kit some love.
He'll always have more crowns than Tim. So Big Cheese, keep that up there. Keep your head up, kid. We're rooting on you. But now let's take a look at the big 3 right now. We saw Angry Pug and Dragon Feeney take the first 2 crowns. Andy and Big Cheese had to get into it. And guess what? Those 2 left the door open. Andy's able to get this win on the final hexagon. It's going to come all down to kudos now. We got the jelly bean counters in the back. They're working in the production team to add them all up for you. Who? I mean, we saw how tight the numbers were. You want to take a guess on who's making it through or who's getting eliminated?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many golds Andy just got. It's all I know is that someone in this bracket, someone deserving in this bracket is going to be going home. Someone very, very deserving in this bracket is going to be going home right now. And I feel bad for that player no matter who it is, but that's the game. That's how it goes out. Fall Guys is ruthless. And it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out down to kudos. It kind of shows you how important those qualifying rounds are in this particular format. You want to finish in those first. You want to finish in those top 20. You need to get those strats in. So let's go to the bracket and see.
There it is. Oh my!
Oh my God!
Angry Pug is out.
By 5 kudos, ladies and gentlemen. 5 single kudos. Andy passes Angry Pug and is going on to the semifinals. Wow. 5 kudos. Wait. Oh, 105 kudos. Sorry. 105 kudos. I apologize. 105 kudos. But still, wildly
Incredible.
close.
Who you touched on it, right? Every single game matters, right? There is no taking a game off. There is no getting eliminated. We just saw 105 was the separation between my two Pug brethren right
That's
there.
gold medal.
And
That's
Angry
just a
Pug
gold
is
medal.
out of here. Is right. Bang. So
I mean,
Dragon Feeney and Andy.
100%. Like, again, we got to give all the love to Angry Pug. He played his ass off tonight. He made all 3 finals. He won a crown, the first crown in that group. He play. I don't know. You can't even be mad. What else can you do? What else can you do if you're Angry Pug? He's just a victim of kudos situation, and it's really the difference between a 50% finish and a first place medal right there. That's all it kind of came down to.
Exactly. I mean, you got to take a deep breath if you're Andy and say, hey, those small medals, those small, advantages really paid off for me. And we're going to see that some more down the line here in the semifinals as now we're locked in. But Andy can take a deep breath. The Dragon Feeney can take a deep breath. That side is locked in. We're going to jump to the other side and get ready for some fun with our 4 competitors over there. 16 down to 8, GrandPooBear. It's a great FallMania right now.
FallMania is going off. We got 8 sweaty players coming up in the semifinals, ladies and gentlemen. Andy, Dragon Feeney, Velhart, the Deezus. We've got Deoxys Sucks. Oh, hey, it's David. And of course, Wavy and Distortion 2. All of our players have a crown except for Distortion 2. So he's definitely one we're going to want to watch as the semifinals get started. We're going to take a very, very quick break, ladies and gentlemen. And then we are going to be back right now with the semifinal 3 games.